In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Grand rising, people. Ooh. I am so excited today. I am happy today. Before I get into the conversation and tell you why I'm so happy and thankful and blessed today, I'm happy and thankful, blessed every day that I wake up. But why I'm actually extra giddy today, I'll tell you in just a second. But before I can tell you in just a second, I want to give you this Molly Moss Sea Moss remedy. Molly Moss Sea Moss. 92 vitamins and minerals that your body actually needs. And it is good. It comes in lemonade, and he makes all different kinds of flavored teas with it. Y'all need to DM Molly Moss. This boy be working hard for his money and working hard for the yummy for your tummy. Like I said, it's good. It's what your body needs, vitamins and minerals and nutrients as we go. I know this is like the end of August, so we hit in September. As we go into the fall months, boost your immune system. I cannot stress it hard enough because did you know the virus, the flus, and all of that stuff? This is the time of the year where it starts getting in rotation and everything. And if you boost your immune system when something comes to attack you, your body will have the strength to fight it back and fight off, and you may not get sick, or if you're sick, you won't be sick for a longer duration of the sickness. Molly Moss, Sea Moss. Sea moss is good for the body. I'm not just saying that. Y'all need to look it up for real. That's on life. That's on everything. This might save your life, and this everything. But this book right here, I got a compliment last night from a comedian, entertainer, promoter, Phil Spectrum. He read this book. He said he's on chapter 4. He was like, "Oh, this book good, honey. This is like your family." That was his exact words. He said, "I'm telling y'all, this book, it gives you drama. You will get life, honey. This book will give you a life." I mean, the stories in the book is typical and it's short. It's not like for you guys with ADA, the little short attention span. You can read this in the 2 hours. Somebody read it in 2 hours. They said, "Oh, girl, that book was so good. I read it in 2 hours." But if you don't want to read, if you don't want to read, your eyes tired, guess what? We got it in audio. Boo, boo, boo. Now what? You can get this book in hardback, softback, digital, and audio. for $24.99. Well, Amazon and Target and everything got it on sale, y'all. Y'all can get the hardback book for what, $10, less than $15. I don't know what to sell to, but the sales be crazy. And digital, and if you are Amazon Prime member, what? You get the audio for free. You can't beat free. You know, if you're one of those Amazon Prime members, I need to go look it up, check it out. Look, y'all gonna be getting on the bandwagon later when y'all see all the Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey once they finally get their little hands on this and they want to make it into a movie. Then we're gonna have casting calls across America because you got to read this book so you can be in character, especially if you want to play in the movie. You got to read this book from us back. That's like we did The Color Purple. Alice Walker, we was like reading that book. I read the book actually before I saw the movie. So I'm telling you all, get the book, read the book. And this will make a great stocking stuffer. And we approaching Christmas. What? I'm trying to tell you something. It's a good story. Get the book. Get Marley Marl C. Moss and get Shades of Blue by A.M. Morning. Blue, B-L-U by A.M. Morning. Yes, what? Woo! You see that? Oh, you don't see that. You see, woo! You see that? That's the author right there. Ain't she beautiful? I said, oh, she a bad bee. She bad. But yeah. And we're going to do a special tribute to Shades of Blue soon. We're trying to get Shades of Blue up and rotating so that they will release the second book. Y'all know how it go. If they don't think the first book, that's the first out of 5 books. So if they don't think the first book hitting and slamming, they're not going to release the second. But second book already written. Hello, I'm just saying. But anyway, we got to get enough mustard or enough finance together so we can release it. So I'm asking any wealthy philanthropist out there that hears me with an earshot. Do you want to partner up and so I can get this book released, so I can get all of these chronicles released? And hell, we trying to partner up and get them to write this. We'll make this book a movie. Because once you read it, and I can really bring it to life if it was on screen. I think we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to show y'all better than we could tell y'all. We're gonna have to do at least a chapter and put it on screen so they know. You know, Marley Marl, what you think? We're gonna have to show them better than we could tell them. We won't have to actually do that. So anyway, that's that. And good morning to my main Apple Scrapple. See my ABC, my Ace Boone Coon. That's what ABC stands for, y'all. Ace Boone Coon. Lee, stepdaddy. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I don't have my shirt on, so I don't want to. So I don't want to turn my camera on and y'all be seeing my old black body with some white nipples. So
look, girl, be proud of them white nipples.
Yeah.
Call them pasties.
you know they tattooed on and they messed up. They just kind of messed up. I don't know.
Well, one eye winking and one eye laughing at you.
I mean, one up, one down. It's like they in hesitance. Like they don't know which way they want to go.
It's like them crazy eyes. Them
yeah,
eyes.
yeah. And on top of that, they far apart. One is damn near under my arm, and the other one is up by my neck. So you know.
Oh, that means you got cockeyed titties. That's all.
Yeah, cockeyed.
One nipple over here, one nipple over there, and she got the Forest Whitaker titty.
I got the cockeyed. I got the cockeyed. Crazy eye titties. The cockeyed crazy eye titties. That's what I got. I mean nipples.
I'm gonna write a joke about Lee titties. I am.
No, don't write no. No,
your titties gonna be famous, Lee.
That sounds gay. Don't do that. That sounds real gay.
The nipples would be famous.
My nipples. That is so funny. My nipples will be famous. I'll be famous for my nipples.
They be like, oh, let me see the cockeyed nipples. Let me see. And then somebody cockeyed be like, let me see. They look straight to me.
No, that's what happened. I didn't know that the surgeon was cross-eyed because I didn't have that one eye. And when I finally saw her eye, and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker eyes is fucked up. It happened with
How's
my
she doing
barber.
surgery and cross-eyed?
Man, I do. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's just like a cross-eyed barber. I had one of those too. Up I had my fade and my hairline turned sideways. Like, the fuck, you wear sunglasses while you're cutting my hair? And I'm like, dude, why you wearing sunglasses? Oh, these help me. And then this motherfucker opened his eyes and take them sunglasses off, and this motherfucker eyes. You ever looked in the eyes of a cross-eyed person?
No.
Don't.
I can't.
I didn't think I could either, but I promise you, when I looked in that motherfucker eyes and my eyes went like his eyes, I like, oh hell no, man, no. I couldn't straighten my eyes out for weeks.
That's why you get a good barber and you stick to it. That's why you need to come to the barbershop this Saturday at 12 noon. We're going to have a comedy show, a noontime comedy show at the barbershop from 12 noon to 1:30. I'm telling y'all be there, get your heads, and it's going to be clean. But we're going to look around and see if any kids did before we cuss and let loose. But yeah, Phil Page is throwing a humdinger this Saturday. I'm going to be celebrating all week long. And on Thursday,
yeah, that is right. Happy anniversary.
Thank you to the Morning Mac show. I'm going to be representing the Morning Mac in its fullest glory and its whole entire, because it's Virgo season, bitches. Yeah. Y'all know what else is coming up? Y'all know what else is coming up? On the 29th of this month, Thursday, give me body. Yes, honey, it's going to be a drag show extravaganza with some of the latest DMVs, queen of the catwalk. You know how they say, "Sister that walk." We're gonna sister that walk. We're gonna get it, y'all. I'll be hosting that. It's gonna be at the Galactic Panther. Look, I don't know why it ain't all over, plaster over on the news and everything, because we're gonna cut it up for truth. We're gonna bring Pride Month in August.
Okay. We get ready to do some gay break dancing, voguing.
Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Bunny hop. Ow. Duck walk. Ow.
They could have put that. They could have did voguing in the breakdance competition as well as she did the bunny hop.
Yeah, dancing. Period. I mean, that should have been a sport, you know. And if the Nicholas brother was around, and you know what's so messed up? Last night on Sauce in the City, that damn Brenda Brown always throwing something in the sauce. She going to show a video from 1934 and say, what movie is this from? A black and white movie. And when I saw the movie, I instantly knew. I said, that's the Nicholas brothers. That's who that is, and I couldn't think of the movie because I never saw the damn movie. I just saw it for the dancing part, you know, what it's famous for.
Yeah.
And I got to think of the damn movie now. The Nicholas brother is bad, baby. You think that's what Gregory Hines and his brother. Gregory Hines had a brother. There was the Hines brothers. You thought they was a good Nicholas brother. That's where they got it from. You know. And Sammy Davis Jr. used to perform with the Nicholas brothers. Used to be anyway. So them boys are bad. Okay. Rest in peace. I think they're now passed on. So, but the Nicholas brothers, yeah. So she gonna talk about something. What movie is this from? I was doing good. I just about got all of them shits. When she got to I said the Nicholas brothers. She said, but what's the movie? I'm like, no, it's not Mr. Bojangles. No. And I still don't know the name of the damn movie that they in. And because of that, when I get Brenda, I'm a choker and get the name of the movie. And I'm going to go back and watch it today. Because I'm putting that on my fan.
Wait a minute. She didn't tell you what the answer was?
She told me, but I couldn't remember it.
Oh, okay.
Something like Better Days or Pennies from Heaven. What Pennies from Heaven? Something like that. But on site, you had to know the movies, right? And it's so funny because on one movie they saw everybody was like this. I said, that's right, the Picture Show. And it was like, I said, don't judge me because I'm weird. I was getting them on site later, like boom. They showed from Fame. I said, oh, Irene Cara. I said, but that's not DC Cab. And then Rue, Georgia Peach. I keep putting Georgia Peach. Hillbilly Peach. She calls herself. Vanessa Ray. She said that's Fame. They wouldn't have got Fame if I didn't yell Irene Cara. You know me, the music, the song. And I'm like Irene Cara. None of this. And then they showed somebody in a silhouette. I said Kevin Bacon, Footloose. I was like, put this Footloose. You know, I'm like all like this. It was like boom, boom, honey. I was knocking them down, Lee. Y'all gotta go back in that episode.
I stayed and watched some of it after I got knocked out. But the reason what was crazy, the reason why I got knocked out the first, I couldn't find the button for my camera. I was trying to turn the pitch off.
No, I kept my answer. Everybody else was lying. So, and the question was, she asked 11 of us this question. 5 of us voted the same way I did, and 6 of us voted the other way. Now, I'm going to ask the question to the panel. They know good and damn well they was lying. The question was, would you rather hit the lottery and have to spend it all in one day, or get 5 cents per
5 cents for every step?
For every step. No, good and damn well. 10,000 steps a day. People say, I get 10,000. That's only $200 damn dollars. If I got to hit the lottery, you could best believe everybody will be blessed. I said, you could spend $1 million in one day. That's easy. All you got to do is buy a couple of airplanes. Who can't spend it? Airplanes.
How much money was it? $1 billion?
No, she said the lottery, whatever the lottery was. And the lottery.
You ain't gonna get all of that in one time anyway.
Yeah, the lottery be something like 60 million or whatever. Take that money, get in my bank account and clear it. Okay. Let me have 60 million. I can spend it in one day. What you do, you invest it. You give back to your communities. I'll be starting all kinds of building projects.
Yeah, wait a minute now. Well, right now, she did say that it would be something like Brewster's Million. She said that. You remember Brewster's Million?
Brewster's Million. You can still spend it. You know how high stuff is.
Wait a minute.
I keep on a couple of mansions.
Wait a minute. Mentions. I say, if it's like Brewster's Million, that means you can't have anything to show for it.
Right. No, she didn't say like Brewster's Million. She just said spend it in a day.
Yeah, she did. She said spend it in a day like in Brewster's Million.
No, that's not what was written there. That's what she was saying. That's what Brenda was saying. See, y'all get it mixed up. Okay. You got to read what's written there. Because Brenda ad-libs and trick people. That's why people be going on the wrong answers and stuff. Yeah. She throws stuff in there because Brenda gives her.
I know she do because I evaluated that in the second and third segment that we did, episode that we did. But I'm saying, excuse me, I'm saying when she said like in Brewster's Million, you get it and you got to spit it in a day like in Brewster's Million. I'm thinking that was the entire question.
See, that's why everybody voted the way they did. They rather get 5 cents a step. Yeah, okay. That still don't add up to nothing. You get over your 10,000 steps in a day, and you ain't got nothing but $200.
But then I thought about it. I'm like, but if I got all my money and I kept trying to push the button, but I was pushing the damn screen, I couldn't find my camera.
Well,
and I got out.
If
that was my fault.
If I hit the lottery, truthful, I'm going to do some damage. Good morning, DJ Slicky Woo Boo. That's my best. That's my bro.
If I hit the lottery for millions, and I got to spend it all in one day, I think I bought 10 houses.
No, I wouldn't buy houses. I'll buy buildings. So I can help.
I would buy you would have to have over 30 million, because most of these apartment
Look, the
complexes
lottery.
now.
Then it'll be easy to spend the lottery then in one day. It'll be easy to
spend it all in one purchase.
You just contradicted yourself. You got to have this much.
In one purchase. If you want, you said building. You have to buy 10 houses, like at $200,000 $300,000 a house. You can only buy so many with $1 million, maybe two.
I would buy buildings because
but if you got an apartment, but if you buy an apartment complex, I know the one up the street went for 30 million.
I would buy a whole entire community. Yes, I would. Good morning, JoJo baby. It's the Morning Mac Show anniversary. We partying this morning. How you feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling wonderful this Monday morning in the madness.
And thank you for betting on the Morning Mac Show. That was one of the charities yesterday that we were fighting for. It was the Morning Mac Show. So we could keep our lights on and keep doing what we doing. And I know I appreciate the love, and so do Molly Mall appreciate the love. I don't know what we won yet, but she decided to concede and give every charity some monies.
Okay. Well, handle your business. I already knew I was leaving my little shit in good hands when I wasn't coming. You know what I mean? I already knew what it was. I said,
What's going on, JoJo?
What up? How you feeling this wonderful Monday?
Yeah, man. I'm glorified.
What happened this weekend to you, JoJo? Tell us your highlight.
Highlight?
Yeah, what went on with the weekend?
Highlights when everything good. Everything's a highlight. Everything I highlight, Jordy. Everything's in highlight round here right now. All right, it's in highlight. Everything. So when I woke up Saturday morning, bam. So I went to sleep Sunday night. Highlight. Can't get the details, Shorty. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say that for Freaky Friday.
Well, you can give me the detail. I'm gonna tell it to Brenda Brown. I'm like, Brenda, you want to know the details of what you in for when you come to town?
Damn.
Oh yeah.
You got to give Brenda
I did start Good Times on Netflix. Good Times in the Ghetto or whatever that's called.
I didn't like the damn cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon. You ain't like it?
I didn't like it. No, it got 2 thumbs down. I'm like, damn. Instead of them trying to remake an old classic like Good Times, why don't they bring something good like the Boondocks back? They tried to. It's like they trying to reach too hard for the funny in the remake of Good Times. I'm like,
they do that shit with everything, though. What you talking? I mean, they do that stuff with everything.
I know that's what I'm saying. Now, where's the creativity? I just didn't like the concept around it, the story. I mean, the stuff. Bring back the Boondocks. You want to bring something black back for our people that left messages and had you think it was also hilarious. That's what the kids need to see. The Boondocks, see Riley, see how they told Riley what up.
No, they need to go in and bring back after school specials. Those stories to keep kids out of trouble.
No, we need to.
As bad as these kids.
Man, are you kidding me? them after school specials used to get me in trouble like a mug. What you talking about?
How they get you in trouble, bruh?
Man, they had that retarded ass dude on there. Crackle, 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 crackle. I took that shit to school next day, funning like a mug, man, with that retarded crackle dude.
I don't know nothing about
Man,
that.
Wait a minute, JoJo. What after school special you talking about?
they used to have after school special. They had this one dude that was retarded on one of them. They had 100 of them, but they used to have a storyline to them. And if there was a handy capable somebody in there, or I was young, we was playing.
What
Man, we
movie
just
was that?
toyed.
Those
just
were
toyed
the
with
ones I was. No,
You
those
ain't never
weren't the
seen the crackle. You ain't never seen the well, how old are you, Lee? You might be a little younger in the bucket. You know what I mean?
Lee older than both of us.
For real?
She long in the tooth, baby.
Oh shit, she one of them old wisdom teeth. She long up in that mug. Yeah, well, there was one on there. I remember this one specifically because it did get me in trouble. And there was this one dude that was he something was wrong with him, and he said crackle. He be making this. He was special needs. You know what I'm saying? It had the storyline about that.
And it was after school special.
It was on an after school special. It was it was like a show, right? Is that what you're talking about, Lee? A little show that came on TV?
No, it was a movie that came on after school that everybody
you got it like 30-minute specials. They got the
there was a whole bunch of them things though. But I remember, they had a whole bunch of different storylines in them.
Okay, but what was that storyline?
The dude was special, and he had to look a certain way, and you had to be there, son. You had to be there.
And all you was saying was crack.
Man, it was night. I can barely remember yesterday. I said a little sentence, and I remember that part. I remember running around acting wild as a bug, doing something that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And we was all tripping. You know what I'm saying? Me and all the homies was tripping.
They was on crack. They was on crackle. Snap, crackle,
I forget the storyline of it. You talk about 1982, 81. You know what I mean?
Crackle, crack. I thought I saw all the after school specials. Wow.
I'm saying on the special when I seen it, because it had to be that age group, because I remember where I was at and what school I was in. That's how I judge my times, what schools I got put out of and what schools I was going new to.
I judge my time by music, and Brenda Brown threw a good old one in there on me. I didn't know the name of the movie, and I still don't know the name of it to this morning. But I'm gonna get her the name of that movie from her because I want to look it up and watch the movie. It was the one with the Nicholas brothers in it. So when Brenda Brown come to screen, remind me, I need to ask her, what is the name of that movie that the Nicholas brothers was in? Do anybody out there in the panel know?
I'm here. It was Stormy Weather.
Stormy Weather.
Uh-huh. And that's the two black tapping dudes, right?
The Nicholas brothers, yes. Say their name, Brenda. Say their name. They deserve that respect.
Nicholas brothers, the two tapping folks. I like, we do need Schoolhouse Rock to come back. I like that one. Grew up on that.
We did.
Y'all was on fire on the movies. I didn't think y'all would be that good.
Y'all know god darn well they ain't bringing no damn education.
Why not, JoJo baby? It could come on after Sesame Street. That's still on, ain't it?
No,
they dumbing everybody down. They're not trying to lift you up. What did you know what I mean? They dumbing you down. They don't want to open the door for you to want to become a lawyer. You got to figure that one out on yourself. They ain't going to show you the bill and the way to do it no more. That was different times. They ain't doing that now. They trying to dumb you up. They trying to get you to be, the more chaos, the more dumb you are, the more money you're going to spend. You can't even get up and walk to the store. You got DoorDash coming 5 blocks. You know what I'm saying? Like, with no job. I'm talking about with no job. They dumbed up.
They don't care about the children anymore. They
I
took
don't know.
cartoons off of all the channels. In the morning while we was getting ready for
You
school,
see,
you could turn on Channel 5 and see the cartoons in the morning. You know, certain times, but now they have news on like all day. Some news. Do you know, like Denzel Washington said, I'm gonna quote him. He said, "A little bit of news will keep you informed. Too much news will make you dumb." Do you
duh.
understand?
Yes,
You know,
yes.
a lot of people don't get that though. They don't get that reference. Too much news will make you watching too much news, and people, you know, the children.
Look,
You need to
don't
focus.
frustrate yourself. Don't frustrate yourself because they all out here, boy. That news stay on.
Yeah. Oh,
Stay
Slinky says
on.
Sesame Street is still on. Okay, it's on the PBS channels and stuff like that.
There's so
I
much
Okay.
TV out
The
there. I
last
mean, you
time
can find.
the
Go
last
ahead, man.
time I seen it, or Sesame Street, Big Bird looked like he had mange. So remember
Big
when we
Bird
were
like he
growing
had
up?
mange.
Yeah, remember when we was growing up, Big Bird was fluffy, right? He was like big and fluffy.
Oh
He looked
yeah.
like he on crack and got mange these days.
Oh
His
wow.
feathers ain't all fluffy. You know, the outfit is old as hell. They need to make him a new one, like that kind of shit.
They have on Sesame Street. They're teaching our kids about non-binary and the LGBT community on Sesame Street, which I again think you could say that I got a red mind when it comes to this. I don't think we need to be teaching our children anything other than what they need to know. They don't. All they need to know. See, they always jump and pushing ahead the horse before the cart, or the cart before the horse. Because before you can know how you identify, you got to know what you are, what you was born as, and how your own body and organs work, let alone the attraction or wanting to be something other than what you are. Okay, when we make that decision, when we grow up, I was telling Lee this yesterday. We was talking about, I said, you got to be a certain age to do everything. But except for to have a sex change, you could be a child and your parents got all they got to do is go along with it and you can have it done legally. To me, that's ridiculous. You have to be 16 to drive, have to be 18 to
Marriage too. Same thing with marriage.
smoke
Marriage
cigarettes,
in
18
some
to go in
states.
the army, but you could be a 12-year-old and have sex change.
Ain't that
Where they
state
do
to
that
state
at?
though? I mean, some of them laws ain't they state to state? I mean, you know, a lot of that shit very state to state. I mean, but the big picture of it, I see where you at with the red line, drawing a line somewhere. But at the same time, I mean, there's two sides of it. You know, these kids going to school and they got it. It's a whole different language. It's different. You know what I mean? These kids young, they seen and saw, these phones got them unexperienced, experienced, or experienced unexperienced, because they seen it on their phone and they think they've been there, they think they know that, and you see so much. And I'm talking about youngins, I'm talking about elementary school. These kids, it's a whole new game. So you know
That's
what I
what the
mean?
problem is. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. We got to go back and figure a
yeah, but
way
you can't
to
stop
say,
time, yo. You can't
but we
stop time.
teaching this.
Shit ain't
Oh,
always gonna be the way it was when we was young.
Jojo, you can't stop time, but you also can't teach my child something before they ready to learn it. A lot
I
of stuff
can't tell. I can't tell.
these kids aren't
I
ready for
can't
stuff,
tell.
but you don't have to teach it in school and have a
No,
part
you
of the
not there.
curriculum. It's up to the parents.
Yeah,
Just
man.
like
If
when we
you
had that sex
It
talk, it's up
ain't
to the
though.
parents to have
It
that
ain't
talk.
because it's happening. It ain't up to the parents because it's happening.
Look,
if
You know what I mean?
look,
You can want
look.
it to be up. You can want it to be up to the parents,
Don't
but,
tell my don't teach or tell my child shit. Let me teach him and
well, you
tell him.
better hurry up, get them going as soon as they come out the womb. You better be talking to
And
them with
that's the
some.
problem. You ain't giving a
I'm,
child a chance to be a child. All they need to know
ain't no
is what
question.
they want. All they
I'm
need
done.
to know is to play and grow up to become a healthy person. 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 Those 6 letters. A healthy person. They don't need to know pandering, trans-binary, non-binary, skip the cock to do the lot. They don't need to know all that shit. All they need to know
Everything
how
is
to up
on
and be a
the
good
table these days.
PERSO
Panel,
man.
tell
All
me
that
something,
other stuff.
Panel. Everything's on the table. Everything these days.
Althea, hold on for a
Yeah.
moment. Let me ask the question. If your son came home, and
How
JoJo,
old?
just
Yeah.
listen. If your son came home at the age of 6, 7, and 8 years old and told you that they taught him about a colonoscopy and it feels good for a kid to have a grown person to check their rectum,
Oh,
and
come on, yo.
just listen, and that it feels good for, it's not a bad feeling for someone, a doctor, to check their rectum, and actually sometimes you can get an orgasm from it, and they go home and talk to their parents about it. How would you feel about that if your kid came home and told you that that's what he was taught?
I
My
wouldn't
kid came
feel
home and
shit.
we thought we're gonna be suing. Because first of all, you touching the 6 or 7-year-old, that's
No, that would be the see, that wasn't the answer.
That's
They just told,
pedophilia.
wait a minute.
No,
They
listen,
just
first
told.
Wait a minute, JoJo, let her finish. She
he
asked
asked me.
me.
He asked me. He asked
Yes, but
me.
yes, but let me finish. I want both of y'all to answer, but let me finish the question.
Buy
The
my
thing is,
t-shirt on sale soon.
if you came home, if your kid came home and said, "Mommy, Daddy, the teacher said that checking my colon and it's not a
Dude, we
bad
heard
thing
the
to
question.
feel it."
Wait a
And
minute.
We heard the question, Reese. We heard the question.
Let
We
her
nobody
finish what she
answered it.
explained it, JoJo. Just let her
She
finish.
explained. I don't need to hear that crudball shit twice. I heard exactly the whole explanation.
No, you
I mean,
didn't.
and what I'm saying is, I wouldn't feel shit. I would ask my child, did he do that to you? And then that would be step one. And then step two would be probably a little communication with the teacher, you know, and then the chain of reaction, you know, the vice principal, PTA meetings, that's how it's going to be, because everything's on the table these days. And then these people.
A 6-year-old mind, first of all, cannot comprehend. What did Felicia said, time has nothing to do with someone's teaching you bad behavior, and that the problem, you're not teaching good behavior. No more. Exactly.
Did you see the Olympics past year, Reese? Did you see the Olympics? Did you see the opening ceremony? That's worldwide. This is what's happening. So you better get your kids prepared. That's what I'm saying.
Tell me what happened. I didn't see the opening. What happened?
The open ceremonies at the Olympics, you ain't know nothing how they portrayed and mocked the Last Supper and had all these heterosexuals and bisexuals and transsexuals and all these people up here dressed in drag and all kinds of craziness. So I mean, that's in front of the whole world. This is the world. This is bigger than just your classroom. You know what I'm saying? That's the agenda. That's the agenda they pushing. That's all I'm saying. That's the agenda they pushing. So get your people ready.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Why did they mock the Last Supper? Of all the things to do, why would they mock the Last Supper?
That's the question I asked.
Because it wasn't the Last Supper. There wasn't nobody on that table black.
Oh, come on, Shorty. But they don't got nobody in none of the pictures black in America as Jesus. So come on.
Again.
Or any of these other white held countries. So stop.
I'm with you out the just on her question. First of all, it's okay if you explain what a colonoscopy is. That's cool, right? That's a medical thing. But when you going to start to say it feel good and all of this stuff, all that extra stuff, yeah,
exactly.
I'm coming. I'm coming for you. And when I get to the school, ain't nobody gonna be happy. because
Michelle,
JoJo baby, let me finish. JoJo baby, I understand where you're coming from, where you're saying that it's out in the world and whatnot, but that's when you got to be a more vigilant parent. You got to talk to your kids, see what they know, see what they don't know. My son, just because a cell phone was invented, he ain't have one until he was 16. Now, I ain't saying that he ain't seeing it at his friends or whatever, but that's that business. At home, where you're supposed to teach him, he wasn't looking at it at my house. So
I
that just
understand that, Miss Brenda. I understand that, but that's not the
all I'm
whole of it. You're like me and my diet. You and your raising of the kids. It's not. That's a small percentage. We're doing
well
good there. The rest of the world's
she
doing
asked
wild.
me again, the question was, what would you do? I'm not here
Yeah,
to
but
try to train America. What I'm
you
here
went
to
so
do
extreme with it. I mean,
is
that
oversee
was
the
extreme. Feeling good and it feel good. I
what
mean,
I'm
I also
doing is
question
here
that's
to
real.
oversee the raising of my child. And
And
my
I know you
child,
did a good job. If you ain't let your son get a phone until 16, you get a bonus of, you should get the mommy bonus of the decade from me. I mean, that's what I see it, because they shouldn't be. I mean, these kids ain't even, your brain ain't even fully developed till 25. So
26 years.
yeah, so you give me you tell me, even with them
and
saying all the other
anything,
laws. Go ahead.
anytime he came home from school with any kind of differing opinion than when I sent him out that morning, if it wasn't what I wanted, I was up at the school telling them, not him, telling them what they was and wasn't going to do. Parents who sit at home and just take their hands off the steering wheel and send their kids to school for a babysitter, you get what you get. You
That's
got to be there.
all. Yeah, but
see,
they,
Now,
and certain stuff starts
now,
before the child even
duh.
goes to school. Molly had mentioned that before. Homeschooling is the best. Before we start school, we had learned certain things. If a person touch you, stranger danger. And if anybody stick anything up your butt, you have an adult telling you this, yeah, come back and tell me, because I need to know, because I need to check that adult. Half the damn adults don't even know what a damn colonoscopy is. So you gonna try to explain it to a 5 or 6-year-old, 7-year-old? Come on, a colonoscopy
exactly.
really? That's the
Now,
baddest example.
now
That was that's crazy. That was extreme. Like, if
wait a
Anything,
minute.
somebody came home and said they put you, and I mean, of
Okay,
course I'm gonna be fighting if somebody tell my
okay.
kid to do it, feel good. It feel good to get this. Yo, come on, man. It's a medical thing. I mean,
Hold on. Now, also, what happened was, and this happened in D.C., if I'm not mistaken, that the teacher sent the 10-year-old girl a love letter telling her about this stuff and how much he loved her and how she makes him feel like a man.
That's
She's 10.
pedophilia.
And the dad went up there to the school and punched him out. Now the dad got 4 years?
That's pedophilia. That teacher should have been removed from teaching children. See, people
probably
get that
was.
mixed up, and that's where the LGBTQ community is going to have trouble and pushback. That's an adult thing. You're going to have these freaks that say that it's okay to love children and want the child love to be part of that LGBT community. You're going to have your
But
pedophilias, your rapists, your psychos, your sickos. And that's where the letters going to get really, the alphabet people are going to get really messed up, because if they let those type of stuff enter, because the pedophilia said, well, why can't we say that we love children? We just people wanting to love kids. There's no more compass in this world anymore. It's all around. You know what? Johnny Depp said it better as Sweetie Todd. And he said, there's a hole in the world and it's full of shit, and the people of the earth inhabit it. Sweetie
listen,
Todd.
come on. Tell me what it would be though. I mean, they could stop crime. They could stop they could stop that anytime you want. I mean, if you started castrating, if you started taking the ding-a-ling off for pedophiles, I bet you there wouldn't be that many of them running around. You know what I'm
One,
saying? I bet you be chopping fingers off like they was doing when niggas steal in other countries, or tying you up in the town hall. If you treat a lady bad, tying you up in town hall and letting all the women come beat you with the shoe. It didn't happen in that community that often. But they don't want results here. They don't want that here. You understand?
well, I remember back in the day when castration was illegal. It was legal here in the U.S. and they stopped it. But I'm also, I look at all of it. You saying this kid has no rights, but at the age of 14 and 16, he got consensual sex. But the body don't develop, as you said, JoJo, the mind rather don't develop truly until 25. I do know 26, but they have a consensual rate that they can say, okay, I can have sex at 14. I'm gonna give it to him. But
let me tell you something. And he said it best. The little dude that sung was in B2K or Mario. Not a Mario. He said, "Do not call me gay. What happened to me? I was raped." See, people get that sickness messed up, and then the child mind get messed up after they was damaged, after they was hurt, and you grow up and your mind is messed up, and all you go back. You just take a lot of counseling to get that. You was violated. You was violated. You're not gay. You were violated. Your innocence was taken from you. And because you grow up now and you want that kind of sex, because usually they say your first sexual experience is how you got. It's something tragic that happens in your life that throws you on that road. So that's what you're looking for. That's some funky ass PTSD. And like that little boy said, he said, he's a grown man now. He said, you better not say I'm gay in front of nobody. He said, because I'm not gay. He said, what happened to me, I was raped.
But you got to go back. You got to go back. You got to go back to Romeo and Juliet. There was no men. There was no women on those stages. It was just like that.
Let me tell you something on the personal, the fuck Romeo, fuck Mario, all them dudes on it. JoJo, we punished them when they came through. If they came through the joint and paperwork showed, or they found out, they got punished each and every time. So you know what I mean. And unless some creep through with false paperwork, that's the only way. You can't do it. We punished any pedophile. Wasn't none coming through, not from our way. There wasn't none of that happening. So, you know what I mean? We put in our work. We understand what it is. We're gonna protect the kids. You know what I mean? And that's the way it's supposed to be. But at the same time, and on the same coin, there's an other side to it. You gotta prep and be ready, and because this society moving faster than way faster. I mean, than we could ever even imagine being a kid coming into this. You know what I'm saying? Like we as adults looking at it and it's moving fast. This shit is on regular time for them and it's moving that fast.
What we need to do as adults, stop accepting bad behavior. Stop allowing bad behavior. Stop making excuse for bad behavior. Everything this fucking world says is bad is trying to manipulate your mind to thinking that it's good. So bad shit that's bad now is good. Oh, now it's okay. It's acceptable. We need to put our foot down and be like, wait a minute. Enough is enough.
We ain't gonna do that. We got these people giving us seedless watermelon, seedless grapes, all this processed food, all this crazy shit they selling us. We ain't doing nothing. Got these people running this country all crazy, these cold ass old men running the country, 90, 100 years old, running for president. We ain't changing nothing.
Good morning, Phil.
Ain't nothing changing, honey. So just find your little cushion in life and live it out.
Good morning, Phil. Again.
What's up, family? What's good with y'all?
What up, Phil? What up, Phil?
Good morning.
What up?
I'm glad I got you and Lee both on the screen because we have a mock trial that we coming up. And JoJo, I'm gonna send you a subpoena to be in the audience, to be a jury casting. Phil has agreed to be my attorney, and Lee has agreed to be the second chair. So I have my attorney and my co-attorney on the line.
No, you only get one. There's only enough room in the courthouse for 3 jury members, the plaintiff, the defendant, the bailiff, which is myself, 2 attorneys. Did I say 2 attorneys already? No.
2 attorneys.
Let me see. Hold on. The bailiff, which is me, the plaintiff, which is you, the defendant, Destiny, 3 jury members, which is what we have to pick on Friday, this upcoming Friday morning on the Morning Mac show. Then we got the 2 lawyers, so that's 8 people, and then we got enough room for witnesses and the judge. So 2 witnesses and 1 judge.
Okay, well, she could be both my co-chair and the witness, because the witness is going to tell my attorney the deal. We're going to get the skinny. So she going to have the information for my attorney, because she's going to be a witness.
So there you go. There's 2 spaces open for people, jury member or witness. So either way.
Which you want to be, a witness or a jury member?
Do you know how I feel? You put me where you want me to put, where you need me.
You could be a witness, so Phil could call you, so you can tell him what you witnessed, and you could also give him evidence.
Because I wasn't there. I need somebody there to tell me what happened.
Right.
All right. Witness.
Evidence. Where they come from, y'all? Y'all don't remember where they came from? Reverend Fred Price. Yeah, you see that man. I enjoyed Fred Price. I did. Dr. Price. We need more people like him. He gave you the message and he smacked you with it. Didn't care. Yes.
I cannot wait for Dr. Sugate to come to the screen. Gonna be a good one. Jojo baby, why you laugh at my subpoena?
What subpoena?
No, I put it in your messenger box. It was the.
Oh yeah. Why you think I laughed at it?
I felt insulted. I was like, why he laughing?
It was funny.
Like, don't make me take the headhunter out there. So
Sorry, I've been running from Bell's bombings and bounty hunters all my life.
But this time you're on the right side of the law. Do something. It's on the good side. Now, Phil, you just tuning into the show. We were talking about what your child learning at this young age. So Lee gave it for example in a story of a 6 or 7-year-old that come home and tell you that the teacher taught them about the colonoscopy, that said that if they stick something up your butt and it feel good and you could possibly orgasm from it.
What?
Man, how you ask that man that question, man? You just want to hear that man trying to get that man's blood pressure up for nothing, man. That man ain't supposed to get his blood pressure up like that. You know better.
What would you do as the first of all? Felicia said it best. Y'all see what Felicia said? She said, no, I can't see. No 6 or 7-year-old has no right getting a colonoscopy unless there is something wrong. Well, another thing, they put you to sleep when they do your colonoscopy. I'm sorry.
Y'all talk about this crazy ass question Lee asked. Y'all forgot who asked the question.
You didn't have have you had a colonoscopy?
Yeah, I eat my fruit and I eat my vegetables all day. That's what I do. My shit don't stink. My farts don't stink either.
Well, I'm gonna tell you from a person that has had a couple of them. Hell no, colonoscopy don't feel good. You're not gonna orgasm off of it or none of that. Any medical procedure probing, hell, a breast exam don't feel good when they giving us the damn mammogram and squeezing the fuck out of our titty. But if a nigga sucking on that titty and sucking that nipple and flattening it, it feel good. But you ain't gonna tell no damn 5-year-old, 6-year-old that ain't even got nibblies about getting no damn mammogram. You just what? Because it's not the proper time to tell that. And that's all we're saying. Teach I tell my child about sex and all that stuff on my time myself. Like, I'm gonna give you an example, true story. I had to tell my son what he had and what a woman had at the age of 2. You know why? Because he was around a bunch of women and he saw a bunch of women, this is gonna sound gross, using the tampons and stuff. And I saw him one day trying to put the tampon in his navel. Now, I had to explain to him, no, you are a little boy. This is what I had to let him know. So at the age of 2, he knew what he was and what he had and why his equipment was different from his mommy's, his aunt, his grandmother's, and so on. He knew then. He knew to the point where he told my cousin, yeah, I have a penis. And she was like, yeah, that's right, because you're a little boy. And he told her, and you have a vagina. And she was giving him a bath at the time. You know, that's when we had kids in the tub with us giving them a bath. He told her, let me see your vagina. At that age, we knew you can't. I said, look, he can't shower with nobody. He can't do, I knew I had to, because his mind was ticking. He was going. And I explained stuff to him, and he caught on as he went on. Every child is different. And parents knows what the speed their child is. Some children you can speed up and they get it, grab it, good, understand it. Some children you can hit them with it 50 million times and they still don't know what it is. So you will be a great injustice if you don't equip your child with what your child needs to go out here and battle this world. Every child ain't on the same freaking level, is what I'm saying. So a teacher can't go at a 6 or 7-year-old class and talk about any colonoscopy or any medical procedure. Hell, the adults don't even know what it is. So
I'm glad my son had a sense of adventure, because going back and forth, like my son wasn't curious about all of that because he had other shit going on. Instead of sitting in the house watching Saturday morning cartoons, as soon as he was finished with his cakes, he had his ball and he was sent outside to play.
What is cakes?
Pancakes, but they're really, really, really thick. They're really thick. Like, you only need one. And the only person who ever knew how to cook them was my dad. And my son loved them. But if you've ever had a pancake that tasted good reheated, that was my dad's pancakes. Like, you can reheat them fuckers like time and time again and they still taste good. But he'd have his little cake and then he'd go outside and play with his ball. I didn't allow him to sit up under grown people. That's the problem. I didn't allow him to be all up in grown television and all of that stuff. So if I sent him out of here, a little boy, and he come back asking any other questions that sound out of the ordinary, I'm not going to even let him know that I'm upset, right? Because as soon as you call attention to it, a kid will latch on to it. I'm going straight to the school. And what fuck did you tell him? Because he's not programmed the same way that I sent him out of here. He was a little boy playing with a ball. Now, if my son at the age of 6, 7, and 8 coming in the house in dresses or, wearing heels or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to call attention to it because he's not old enough to understand what the fuck he's doing. That's all he doing is playing. Now, when he gets older, if that shit keeps up for another, 3, 4, 5 years, then I got to start thinking in my head what to do. But, I'm not going to, if he likes to play with dolls and not trucks, I'm not going to say, oh, that means you gay. I'm just be like, okay, well, he like dolls, maybe he
getting. I don't like girls raising little boys.
That's maybe he getting a jump start on liking women, with the dolls. Maybe he want to see how it works. I don't know.
Well, when you take a little kid that like to rip the head off of dolls, will you say that he was a sick or a psycho killer? You don't put that label on the kids for playing like that. So why would you put the label on the kids or their sexuality, telling them what they're going to be?
Exactly. Unless they going out there killing cats and dogs, that's the only time I'm going to wonder. If you out there, you know, yanking heads off of live animals, then I got questions. But if it's a doll, kids play, kids break shit. Do your shit. Do what you do as a kid and stop worrying about what grown people are doing.
Exactly. That's right. What I'm saying. Adults not letting children be children anymore. We put too much bull on them. Bring back Schoolhouse Rock. Let them watch that. They don't need to be sitting there watching Dr. Oz with you. Let me tell you something. Now, this is going to, I ain't going to say no names because the people are sensitive. So I know this person, right? Her daughter was like 10 years old, 9 or 10 years old, and got online and into a conversation, and they were talking about bipolar. So she goes back, she go on the chat and tell them people, yeah, my mom is bipolar. My mom, you know, take this medicine, you know, being a smart ass kid. She's not saying that she was being bad, but she's smart. She up there talking with adults about bipolar. The mother find out. Now, this is the people in chat, the school finds out and stuff like, why is this child on an adult chat talking about bipolar? What do a 9-year-old know anything about being bipolar? You know,
I'll put it to you like this. When my son was 10, he wasn't on no computer. There wasn't no computer. He ain't had no personal computer. He ain't had no phone. He ain't had none of that shit. So the only way you could get that information to him is, you know, through the little kids outside or whatever, but it wasn't in my home. And I think parents need to keep a safe environment for their kids just to be talkative. You know, and stop.
Brenda. I'm gonna jump in right now because I must be a badass parent. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if my son is 6 or 7 years old, want to wear dresses, sitting around playing with dolls, I see that as a problem. I'm sorry. Fuck it. I am what I am. You know, because if he doing that in the house, all he gotta do is exhibit that little bit of behavior in the street, and you attracting predators. So fuck that. My boy gonna be a boy until he's not a boy no more. I'm sorry.
I agree. You teach them what they're born as, and we're not talking about the ones that have anomalies or there's something, you know, different. We're teaching them when a man is born a man, you teach him in the ways he should grow growing up, and he don't stray from the path. That's what they say. Teach a child as they should grow, something like that. Don't quote it verbatim, but it's, if you believe in,
I know what you're talking about.
If, you know, and that's if you believe in it. And even if you don't believe in the Bible, let a child be a child. You believe in that. You had your turn to play hopscotch jacks and all of that. But with our children, is social media is the monster, is the mechanism, the computers, because the kids don't go out and play anymore. Like I said last week, the playground is the desolated wasteland. The swinging by itself, tumbleweeds rolling by, and a little hobby horse by itself, nobody on it. Kids need to get, and that's why we so fat and out of shape in America too. They took recess out of school. They took PE out of school. They took physical activity out of school. We need certain stuff in our curriculum. So if all them Trumpsters out there, you want to make America great again, start with the babies. Get them back their childhood that we snatching and ripping from them. Start with the babies when you said make America great again. Get these kids back learning. Build more schools. Build more schools. Build them all the prisons. Build more school. They tear school down and 2 prisons pop up. What is you saying? You want our children dumb and ignorant. You want our children because it's part of the agenda.
Well, through the Trump administration, they was getting rid of the Board of Education. And the 2025, there will be no education.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to make America great again, you start with the children. And anything that's against that, you know that's wrong. You know that's evil. Why they don't need a board of education? Because it's going to be a dictatorship, and you don't need to have no other opinion than their opinion. So you're not allowed, right? Like on the show, me, you, JoJo, Phil, Brenda, we have our own opinions and about things. There's going to come a time if we're not careful when you better not think nothing else, or you get punished, capital punishment.
You know what's funny?
Freedom, get ready to go.
You know what's funny is when you were saying about your son with the being with the girls. I was watching something on I want to say it was TikTok, where a little boy went to his mama with in the bathroom, and he wanted to know, Mom, why are you hiding juicies under the bathroom sink? And it was a douche.
Talk to your kids when they start asking questions, then you tell them. When they come ask the question, I remember when I was 13, I asked my mother about sex. I said, Mom, tell me about sex. She was like, what do you want to know? I said, how does it feel? Do it feel good? Immediately, she yelled at me, why? You plan on having it? No, I wasn't planning on having it. But all my little girlfriend, they talking about it and they lying. And somebody told me it felt like a sofa going through you. That's the worst thing that can ever happen. And I'm like, oh, a sofa. I'm never going to do that. Don't kiss the boy. It's like swapping spit. You put spit in your mouth. I'm never going to do that. If you don't talk to your kid, when they're old enough to ask the question, answer them and tell them the truth. That's why you get all them unwanted babies and the fairy tales and all that other bullshit. I was lied to like a motherfucker, and I'm still mad about it because I left out on a lot of stuff because I was dumb.
That's why I'm stuck on STDs right now. I'm still fucked up behind the STD thing because they told me you could get gonorrhea from a doorknob. You can get pregnant from a doorknob too. So for a long time, I said, well, how do you do it? And they was telling me they got in a chair and they just laid up on the doorknob and got gonorrhea. I'm like, how you get gonorrhea from a doorknob? They got pregnant from the doorknob.
Why would a child want to lay up on the damn doorknob, Lee?
Somebody told them that shit. I don't know who told them, but that's
why the kids are sick. And like JoJo said earlier, that when they tell your child something other than what it's supposed to, Brenda was saying, programming, come tell me, let me know what's going on, because you are setting a child up for to be predator, to be plucked on, like Phil said, to be picked on. They're like, easy pickings. You got to be in your child's life. You got to know what the child is doing, watching, and also who he playing with.
Or she.
Who he playing with. He or she. Yeah, I say he because I have a he. So, like it was a little badass boy that he was playing with. So he was his friend. And I noticed this little badass boy is just like a little demon seed. So I took him to church with us, got him around so I could see his action before I told my son, you cannot play with this kid no more because he's malevolent. He got a different, this nigga was 20-something, something was wrong with him because he was 20-something-year-old graduating. Then 22-year-old graduating high school. So what's wrong with you? And
I'll find out his name later. It might be the same kid I got into a fight with in 5th grade. He was 19 and he was 17 in the 6th grade. That was in Baltimore.
And what they would do, they would just let the kids go to the next grade, don't teach them, just to get them out, age them out of school. But when you got interruptions and you don't address it, one apple could spoil the whole bunch.
Oh boy.
That apple needs special attention. That apple should be getting that special attention. That parent wasn't doing that child justice. Because if your child has special needs, get your child the help that they need so they can function like they're supposed to function. But I told, and my son learned the hard way that little dude wasn't his friend. Oh man, broke my little son's heart. Well, he was 16 at the time, and all I think I can say is, I told you, nigga. I told you, when you lay down with dogs, you get fleas. When you run with the zombies, you're going to get bit. You're going to get bit. to stop it. But anyway. Woo! I'm supposed to be celebrating today. This is the Morning Mac 4-year anniversary. And while I only got 6 times left to tell y'all the story of how the Morning Mac show came. And I want to give Tracy TMJ in the midday a shout out. The Perspective Bunch. There was a show called The Perspective that came on internet radio. I used to listen to on Saturday afternoons, right? It came on from 1 to 3. And I would call in and I would talk. And Tracy, he's a comedian. I always call him one of my muse when getting back in the game. He was always laughing and he was like, oh, you funny? I said, yeah, I tell jokes too. He said, you need to come up on the show. Well, COVID happened. Okay. So our show on April was canceled because of COVID. The mall was shut down. So then in August, they let us start going back in the building and certain stuff. So it was the last Saturday in the month of August. I went up there, me and my son, clowning, and with Tracy and that. With Tracy, Carlton, who else did Nate for Next Level? He's the CEO of Next Level Radio. He said, you got a lot of personality. He said, you can have your own little talk show podcast. And I was like, for real? This is the honest truth. And he was like, yeah. I said, don't play with me. I said, I start right now today. He said, don't play with me. I said, well, when can I start? He said, Monday. I said, Monday. I was like, for real? Monday. So I said, Terry, because he called me on the phone and told me that you was great, Monday. I'm yelling, going through the house, screaming, I got a show, Terry. I need a DJ. I said, well, you be my DJ. And at the time, he wasn't working. He was looking, but he hasn't found employment yet. So DJ Slide Tie said, I'll help you, Mom. And that's how the Morning Mac, the first episode ever 4 years ago on a Monday, I think it was the 29th, on a Monday morning. Didn't know shit what I was doing. Didn't know nothing. All I knew, I was going to get on the air, and it was radio, internet radio. So we're not coded by the FCC, so we could say anything we want to talk about, anything or whatever. And the music, we played the music because we had the right to, because he owned the rights. I don't know, however we pay to be able to play the music, okay? So that's how I met DJ Slicky Woo Boo. We would do the mix of music, and I would have different music blocks. I would get on there and let the people listen to the news, hear a little bit of news, and keep the news informed. Then I had a topic that I talk about. I got some books over here of every topic I wrote down. I used to take it like math. And we would do songs. I had the topic, the music, the songs to go with everything. And I would play different musical games. And so when my guests come in, we would do a thing that they had to guess the song. It wasn't nobody reading it, Brenda, but we listened to it, and they had to tell us the song or the title artist and stuff like that. And we would play that game. That was awesome because it was a mashup of everything. And when you listen to it, you get it better than try to read the words. Miss Brenda Brown. That's
what?
Man, David Green. Good morning. And
good morning, David Green.
What up, David?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, there you go. I'm like,
yeah, you gotta take
technology.
You gotta put us in a 4 set so we can see him.
I don't know.
You gotta change the angle on the cameras. Okay, well there you are. I mean, that's another look. Now just hit the big square over your head again. Okay. Well, Molly, where you at? Okay, so then right next to, so go to your layouts, which are right above the buttons, and the one that has the two small squares in it side by side. Hit that button. It only got two squares in it.
Well, what I'm looking at is different. I done hit something.
Yeah, you're at the layouts. You're at the right part. Now you just have to hit the little arrow down because the one that you're looking for is probably not shown. There's a little arrow and you just hit that and it'll show you the rest of your layouts. Oh, I got to enroll here.
Okay, let me go to cancel because I don't want that. Let's see the rest of my layout.
There you go. Now keep hitting buttons until it looks satisfactory to what you need. Keep hitting the different layouts. This one's good. I mean, there we go. That one will work.
Okay, dokie. All right. So I would have didn't know nothing. Son was the DJ, and then that's how the Morning Mac internet radio station was formed. We had a logo. We had there's pictures of us in the radio station in the studio. It was an awesome time, and we started out coming in strong. We started out 4 days a week because that's where we was off on Friday. And we would call it Double Tap Thursday because our show went for 2 hours only on Thursday. So we had an hour and we crammed in 15 minutes of music blocks. We did music blocks, we played games, and we even had guests. And our guests, we had superstar guests, people that's in the business now, the singers and everything on the Morning Mac show when coming in through the studio. It was a totally different format time. So because of COVID and the issue with the mall and everything, we closed. They closed our studio down, right? So then Molly was like, Reese, you could do this from home. You can still have your show. You know, you may not be able to play the music. You may not have the license to do the music thing, but you could do Facebook and YouTube. So on September the 6th will be me and Molly's 2-year anniversary of him engineering the Morning Mac show. So, you know, that's a little background, a little history, you know. And this show helped and it saved my life because I was going through a great depressed time. I just lost my grandmother. Things, it was, you know, that was my mom. That was my, you know, and I was going through a really depressed time and my health was declining. I needed something to hold on to. I needed something to keep my mind busy and to feel like I was doing good again. So I said, well, I'll have the MAC stands for music and conversation. And I said, and our platform, told my son, would be one where in our community, because so much stuff goes unheard and silenced, that if you have something to say, this is a platform where you could come on it and say it. You could come and say what you got. You can advertise what you got, what you're doing. I was trying to bridge us together as a people, as a community. That's what the Morning Mac was trying to do. And it's still doing, as far as I'm concerned, because there is no perspective to any particular race or color. Us as a people. P-E-O-P-L-E. People.
Well, it's been doing a really great job because I hate to be one of those sleazy plug-inners or a tagger or a Rajo coattail or any of that. But the Morning Mac show was the highest supported charity, good people, good cause on last night's episode of Sauce in the City Super Comedy Game Show, the Goodwill Games. So you obviously have been doing what you're meant to do or what you were called to do 4 years ago, because even the platform Sauce in the City, and I ain't lying, I got a little green. I was like, what? You ungrateful bastard. No, I'm just kidding. But it's always awesome to lose out to like one of my favorite people and a show that I utilize myself every single morning. I didn't know how lonely I get until Saturday come. And then I'm like, oh man, I ain't got nobody to talk to, ain't nobody on, ain't nobody up. But you've always told me, like, if you get too lonely, you can just call me if it's on a Saturday. And that is something I've just never had or never received out of a show. That's how come I don't go on them. So congratulations to you for starting something which likens and mirrors my own, which is a family. You started your own little world. Mine is called Brendaville. I don't know what yours is called, but mine is Brendaville, where everything in Brendaville goes according to Brenda's plan. And if it don't come in. So the Morning Mac show is just like my second home. Actually, when I started doing Sauce in the City, I used to do it every night because I was lonely, right? Because I was like, I want my funny friends. I want to laugh. I don't want to be depressed. And I was going to start doing it again when I came back with the game show. I was going to start like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I stopped and I was like, no, Althea's show is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I can just get on her show. I just doing all that work. So congratulations. Many hands make light work. And I definitely am thrilled and welcome your hands into Brendaville. They help build a wonderful world.
Thank you. Well, this is what it's about. I want to build network community, for all, like I said, for people, and I don't turn nobody away or down. I may kick some people off, but you get on here, you get on here and hey, because everybody has a point and opinion and a view, and everything starts with a conversation. Stuff get left on the table because we don't talk about it. Stuff get overlooked, misplaced, and feelings and everything because we don't talk about it. I've learned anything from my multi years in therapy is everything starts from a conversation. You got to talk about what bothers you. Or we got to talk about what's on your mind, or we all have a voice, right? So let your voice be heard, so that's what this platform is about. We get on here and laugh as comedians because comedians are some of the most damaged people that you're going to come across in the world as far as PTSD and scars. That's what throw us in the realm of telling jokes. Of being happy because we're laughing at everybody that claim they're happy and everything is going hunky-dory for them in the world. We're laughing. We was like, well, like Phil would say, well, if you think that's something, then listen to this. We laugh at our pain. And we got to the point where it's okay. The world can laugh with us. We laugh at ourselves first. Well, in retrospect of things, some of us do. Some of us are very, very sensitive. Like if I'm criticizing, if I'm laughing at the end, it's a joke. Don't take nothing to heart. It's okay. If I say something that offends you, upsets you, tell me. It's okay. I'm human too. I make mistakes too. And maybe I'll go back and say, you know what? I'm sorry for the way I said it, but the message may still be the message, or I may have time to think and the message may be different. But if you don't tell me, I don't know if I offended you. Give me a chance to apologize. Because if you did something wrong, wouldn't you want somebody to tell you that you did something wrong so you can have that chance to apologize?
Yeah, fix it. You got to correct it.
Yeah, so we can move forward and be happy, grow together. I don't. So that's anybody that I come across. Let's put it on the table. Let's talk about it.
Well, I'm glad that you have that in your mindset because that means I get to bring back the Sauce in the City Comedy Courthouse. So jury selection is going to be this Friday on the Morning Max show. So if you guys are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond, and you guys witness Dr. Sugate, please contact Althea. I think she need like maybe one more witness or a jury member or somebody, that witnessed it and could tell about it. So I'm glad that you have that in you where you are open enough to, step up to the plate and say, if I wronged you, I'm sorry. If I still feel I'm right, I'm sorry. Your feelings are hurt, but I'm still right. So I am really happy because it gives me life. It gives me life. It was always one of my favorite series, but I couldn't figure out how to keep it going because there just wasn't enough honest people in the world that could stand up to the plate and say, I'm sorry if they were wrong. They wanted to stay in their hole. They didn't want to bring it to light. They didn't want to get over it. They just want to sit in the corner and be mad. And so I'm super happy. Like, thanks, Phil. Shout out to Phil Page because he's the one who drugged me over here. Because I said no for a long time because I hate being on people's shows. I don't. And then on top of it, yours is at 7:30 in the morning. So like y'all think y'all be tired, at night. Y'all like, oh, I already go to bed. Think about trying to have to get up before day in the morning to get on the show. And then waking up out of your sleep scared that you late or that you missed it. I'm like, oh my God.
That was me today.
Mighty man David Gray. I love you, man. Thank you, David. They brought me back. Look, as true Reese fashion or true Althea fashion, I was kicked out of the show on the first round.
No, you weren't kicked out of the show. You self-eliminated out of the show.
Because nobody was being honest. I mean, when you think back about it, because we had to get Mary Beckley, how you say her name? She's an accountant. She's a comedian and accountant. She had to break it down for them. She said, if y'all walked only 10,000 steps, it will only be what, $400? No, $200. Sorry,
Mary Beckett, yeah.
And the question was, would you?
I'm gonna try to find it for you. Go ahead, tell them, but I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Would you win the lottery or get a nickel for each step? I mean, spend. But the catch is, if you get in the lottery, you got to spend it all in one day. You have 1 day to spend all the lottery money. That's easy. Or would you rather have a nickel for each step you take? Who the hell want a nickel for each step they take? Do you know how many steps I gotta take? No, this is in 1 day. You ain't gonna have no money because you can't walk that much. Are you Forrest Gump? Are you gonna run a mile? I was running, Jenny. I was running, and people following you for a damn nickel for every step you take. A nickel. Come on now.
Shoot, I'll be Bobby Brown every little step I take.
Yeah, but you're gonna take. Listen to this. 10,000 steps is what they tell you to do on your speedometer thing. 10,000 steps only equate to $200. That ain't even enough to pay my dad.
400. It's $400 for the 10,000 steps.
Shoot, I'll be on that treadmill.
No, it's 10,000 steps. Ain't even 400. That's 200. 20,000 steps is 400.
10,000 steps times 5 cents is actually $500.
Yep.
10,000. No.
That's $5.
I just did the math on the calculator. Can't argue with the calculator. That's about technology. 10,000 steps at 5 cents a piece is $500. And me, myself, personally, you had a good answer out there. I couldn't argue with you. It's not like I could argue with that, which is take all the money and buy up every abandoned house that there is and, settle homelessness, you know what I mean? So I couldn't argue with that. Huh?
First of all, you said spend all the money in one day.
In one
Yes.
day.
You cannot buy a house in one day. I don't care how much money you got.
No. Spend
First
it.
of
The
all,
money could be
the
gone.
process-
You can take the money, put it in a sit in escrow, but you won't have it no more. You could buy buildings. You could invest in stocks. You could
No,
give money to
that-
people. You
that's
could
not the way
you
that-
could get rid of. She said, spend the money in one day. The lottery.
Yeah,
So
that
we
means
don't
you
know
can't.
what
That
the
means you
lottery
can't
was.
put it.
because
That
that money is still in your name.
Right, you can't put it
She
in
wants that
escrow.
money to be
You have
gone.
to spend it. So and
Spend it.
hold on.
She didn't say
Let
it
me
could be in your name. She said spend it.
let me put a evener here, or let me settle the argument. You cannot buy a house in one day. That is absolutely right, because you got to wait for the paperwork and stuff to go through. But that doesn't mean that, like Althea said, you can't say here's the money for it, and then if it goes through, give me the building. Here's the downside to that, Althea. If the paperwork don't go through, you wouldn't get the money back, right? Because you have to spend it all in one day. So if you put your money on a big old building and something happened, you put a couple of million on it and something happened and you didn't get the building, you don't get your million back to do something else with. You just lose the money.
That's what I was saying.
The question was, would you look? So many people would be helped. So many people would have the money. I wouldn't have it. I don't have to have the money. I can have a proxy. I can give all the money to my aunt and let her do all
But that's not spending it.
What spending it, giving it away, put it in escrow, put it in buying building. I will buy a nation. I'll go over there and buy Africa. That's what you do. I buy a space shuttle trip. That's what you do.
And I said the 5 cents for every step, because I go to the bathroom like 900 times a night. I gotta walk to work. People in cars might not want it, but people who ride the bus like me and Lee will be rich.
That's but in one day, bless you in one day. Bless
No.
you.
But that's $500 a day for the rest of your life.
Unless you're Tink
She
Tink.
didn't say. She said,
Yeah.
It wasn't for the rest of your life.
You better take the lottery.
She said,
That was right on time, David. That was right on time, David.
And even if I was 15,
there's no time frame on the 5 cents.
But look, y'all
No,
talking about people with disabilities, and I'm gonna cut you out now because damn it, I can barely walk 10 steps. I have a physical restraint that keeps me from walking. So damn it, I don't want to walk all over the world and back because I cannot. You forget the people that's in the wheelchairs. You forget the people that's handicapped. You forget the people that's walk with a walker. You forget the people that walk with a cane. You forget the people that walk with a scooter. You forget the damn it. That is not an all-inclusive answer. That if you young, healthy, and fit, the old me would be like all day, every day. Yeah. The old me used to jump up and down and do splits. But the young me used to jump up and down and do splits. But the old me, the only thing I can split is the bagel. The hell with y'all.
out there,
Your situation is different. It was given to them. The question went to in their situation.
Well, that's why you have
the game was same page. The game was same page. So everybody on that screen didn't have disabilities.
They need to get on my page then. Come on my page. Why we gotta be on a healthy walk?
Althea is correct in one thing. She could spend the money on everybody else around her and everybody around her for the most part, because you might have 1 or 2 people that run off with the money, but everybody around her would take care of her. I witnessed it last night because I was like, I think you did maybe about 4 or 5 people. But those 4 or 5 people, without knowing that you did it, all did it for you. Even Suresh actually sponsored you. with his one little free ticket. He was like, I want Althea. And I'm like, you know, the day I get $5 out of him is going to be a very, I'm going to start like marching around in circles. It's going to be a total, you know, feather in my cap, because, you know, some folks are known to be cheap, and I'm beginning to experience how that happens. So, but I witnessed it, and I was like, okay, go on out there. Do you? You know, you have the power to pull a nation, and there's not many of us around. So, you know, make sure you use it wisely, because I could see your answer. Like I said, I couldn't even, you know, I felt bad that you self-eliminated because it was such a good answer. I was like, oh, shit, just take care of everybody. There, sweetheart. But yeah, unfortunately, everybody else took the 5 cents.
I'll tell you. Also, did you not hear about the lottery curse or whatever? Like, a lot of people that won big money end up mysteriously dying or getting killed or something like that.
You know why that is, David? It's because when a person that isn't used to money, who never had money, they will lose their mind. And that would kill them. Like we was talking earlier, your mind got to be ready to receive the big ass blessing that you get. A lot of people lose their mind. They're like, oh, I can freebase, I'm a ball of this, I'm a. You can tell a person they ain't never had nothing.
Not at the freebase.
Well, they can take a big ball of crack. Did you see that Dave Chappelle episode? He won. He put the biggest.
Oh my God!
Biggest boulder.
The biggest rock. Him and his girl. I'm going to
The biggest rock ever.
You know, it's because they don't know what to do. The first thing a person might, it's depending on your heart condition, and where your heart is. You don't need millions and millions of dollars to be happy and to be taken care of. I don't have to be the richest person in the world, but I would love to help other people to sustain. That's why I don't think I'm going to reaching for the bag so that I can help other people's behind me. That'll be my legacy, what I leave behind here on this earth. I just want to make this world a better place than when I got here, you know. And I know a lot of people get bad breaks. Me was one of them. And if it wasn't for the blessing of my angels, God's putting people and things in my way, I would have died. And I just thank God for that. And I got the message. I received it. Now I'm trying to pass it on. So
yeah, but it's not just overdoses. It's like car crashes. Just I don't know. It's
because they get a Maserati and want to drive off fast. They don't know how to act.
No. And he's saying, like, okay, so there's one really famous story that this man, his name was Abe. He was a black man, and he won the lottery, and then the woman or the people around him killed him and put him out. You saw that one?
I saw that the white girl killed him and took his money, even called his mama, had somebody pretend like it's him. David said, when you get rich, you better stop licking the white booties. And look, she was in real estate. She got his money, had his stuff. Put your money in my name. Oh, and he won the lottery. I saw that was sad.
Yeah, and she buried him out in the back under a slab of concrete. That's the thanks he got. And the thing was, he was taking care of her. She had access to his money. She had access to good living. And she killed him and buried him out in the back under a slab of concrete.
But see, she met him. He met her, but after the money. I will be safe when I get my millions, because my family here, people around me, y'all gonna stay around me. I don't need no new friends. I don't need to meet no new friends. I don't need to make no new friends. I got enough friends right now. Now I will help people. See, y'all gonna protect me. Y'all gonna be like, and you gonna be like, funny man, I know you gonna be. I know Phil gonna be like, who's going up to the money house? I mean to Althea house. See, I know all y'all around me. I ain't got to worry about it, because I'm gonna take care of y'all, and I know y'all take care of me. Like I said, You know?
They always ask me, they like, are you gonna, what is it? Are you gonna patent the Sauce in the City name? Are you gonna put it on paper and all of this stuff? And because you know, people are still, people still, ideas and names and all this. And I told them exactly what you told me. I don't need to do that, because as long as I'm doing it, we good. That's the first thing. And second thing, the people who enjoy and love the show, they're not going to let you steal it from them. So be very careful, because I work with over 7,000 people who know my work. So if you bump into them and you doing the shit that I'm doing, and you can't hide it. My influence is strong, right? Especially in the online world, because I got here first. So everybody else, I say, be careful who you walk up to, because if you're doing anything bad, they gonna break you off some. So you are absolutely right out there. Just hold your circle and, let that be your security.
Yeah, because with the comedian world, Lee will tell you, David, Phil, and JoJo all will tell you, we could be in our set, and then you hear somebody tell one of your jokes. One of the jokes that you wrote or you did
Right.
specifically for you. My people come back to tell me, yo, somebody doing your shit. And I was like, what? And I was like, it's okay, because I look at it as a form of flattery and complimentary, because can't nobody do me like me. So if somebody want to talk about being disabled, former stripper with one butt cheek, be my guest, because can't nobody do me like me. Okay, so when you cop or you steal somebody's stuff, make sure it's just as good, if not better, because if not, you gonna get the blowbacks, because you're gonna be like, why the hell you even doing it anyway? You don't walk with no cane. You got both booty cheeks, and your booty cheeks is big. You ain't fall down no flight of steps. You ain't fall off no stage. Why are you even talking about that? Why are you talking about being blind? You can see. You got two good eyes. Bitch, go somewhere. Your titties ain't big. You got size A cup. She got them A cups. What you doing pulling stuff out your... Go somewhere and sit down. That's not funny. So I ain't got to say nothing. The crowd gonna get them. It's not who do it first. It's who does it best. That's a comedy.
Sometimes
I fell down the flight of steps on some 211 reserve.
Say it again, Lee.
I said sometimes.
That's what I'm with you. Sometimes it ain't your personal stuff that they steal, and they steal in a joke and a thing, and then they take it to another different position they in, so they taking it. I mean, but people get what they ask for in life, so we can't be tripping off that. And if they got the money and the power that big anyway, they doing everybody like that. So I would protect myself a little bit if I could, but I'm with Brenda too. I wish you would. You know what I'm saying? She got the yeah. I mean, I feel her, and in her situation, it works for her. But that advice might not be for everybody. Like Lee said, sometimes. Go ahead, Lee.
That's why I put up the fingers, the quotes. You see the air quotes?
That's right.
That's because I got arthritis in my fingers. But I was trying to do the air quote.
I thought you was raising the roof.
Woo, woo.
Okay, whoop whoop. Oh, she might have been. I thought you was raising up behind you on that shelf to grab it up off of there, but you wasn't doing that.
We saved that for Friday.
Oh, you know what? When the arms go up, I'm thinking she's reaching for the top shelf. Ain't no other reason. Ain't no cabinets on that.
Look at y'all. So this was, and Phil, I want to give a big shout out to Phil Spector. Thank him for reading the book. Thank you for getting the book. I was shocked. He said he got it and he started reading. And,
okay, so first let's get his name right. It's Phil Strickland.
Strickland. I keep calling him Spector.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Strickland. I'm sorry. Phil Spector is that rich producer that
married Tina Turner at one point, didn't he? Go Spector.
Phil Spector. He married Ronnie. He the
Okay,
one that
Phil. Okay, Phil.
Tonight. Ronnie Spector was singing on his
Turner.
song. Just like Ronnie say, Be my little baby.
I
Look,
got another one this morning, Reese.
what?
Your book.
You got another book?
No, I got your book because I had bought one for my friend when we were at the
New Year's
New
Eve
Year's
thing,
Eve
yes.
show. And then I bought another one for me this morning.
Oh, you know it's on audio, Phil, in case you don't
That's
want
what
to
I
read
did. I
it.
put it on audio.
Oh, thank you. So that should be
Listen
interesting.
to it while I'm
That's
driving.
5 hours of listening pleasure. The voice you hear on the audio is not my voice. It's my publisher's voice.
Well, I want to send a big thank you out to Phil Page for returning to my screen. And I think once he got the hang of what he's supposed to do, which is not really be the smartest person on the screen, but literally lead the people. Well, you know, people are afraid of the show because they don't want to look crazy on screen. If you can't answer the questions, you can't play the game. You know what I mean? So
Because I don't know none of those rock and roll questions.
Yeah.
I was getting happy. I said, come on, y'all help me. I said, I ain't the only one that watch MTV. And I'm sitting up there singing, Where and I Go. I said, Twisted Sister. And I'm singing a song, those songs. And I'm like, where and I go on the tape. Like, come on, help me.
well,
It's just
okay. So my plan was to make the third round hard because everything else was easy. Y'all sped through the last round. Y'all got that. I think y'all skipped one. And y'all got all the other movies. And then round 2 was easy. That was trivia. And I thought it was easy. I thought y'all would get that right. But when y'all bombed in the second round, I was like, oh shit. They're not going
to bomb. I don't think the answers to your questions were right.
The answers to my questions are correct. Just because you don't know them doesn't mean they're not correct. But I thought y'all would talk it out. I thought Tommy was going to make it in because he's usually really good at that kind of stuff. So when y'all didn't make any money, I had to, on the fourth round, I was just like, I'm not going to take all these people's money because y'all did such a great job for charity. I was like, I can't do it. I would be a monster. I would just not be a good person. But, you know, you just got to watch out who you vote out because Mary Paquette, she knew all them songs.
So I knew, wait a minute. I knew the songs. I didn't know the name of the artist.
The middle one.
I'm telling y'all to sing it to me. And I got Beastie Boy right off the thing. And she wouldn't have, I bet she might have not known Beastie Boy. But Tommy might have known, well, I knew Beastie Boys, but I couldn't think of the name of the song.
That's it.
Tommy would have got the Beastie Boys.
I would have got the Beastie Boys. I would have got Beastie Boys too. That would have been my stronger area.
And I was singing.
All you gotta do is say it to me. Sing it right now. I'll tell you the name of the song.
I had a little horsey and a quarter. No, that wasn't even that one.
I can't look at them on your thing, or else I would pull it up.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Hey Phil, what street you on? Because you need to put a complaint in about them bumpity ass streets you've been riding down.
I know.
I'm coming through DC. You know how that shit is.
It look like you in Baltimore too.
Full of potholes.
If you find I told you I fell in a pothole in Baltimore and popped up in DC. So watch out for that one.
Okay.
I know that's right.
I think
like the time and shit.
I think we were on that road last week coming from Baltimore because I ended up with a knot on my head. We went airborne.
No, we did.
That's the truth. I thought it was Thelma and Louise. I was like, we flying, bitches. And that car.
I'm gonna put a disclaimer out because I'm big and I'm loud and I sound like I know shit, but I don't know a damn thing. So just because I sound like I know what the answer is, y'all better speak up.
I know one thing though, you funny as shit. And as long as you got down there and got to telling jokes, you was good to go. But I would like to make a special announcement. This is breaking news for your show only. I'll put it out on social media later. Season 2, we're changing the time zone because I feel for y'all.
Woo.
And so we will roll it back to start at 3 p.m. my time, so that's 6 p.m. y'all time. So
Nice.
I will take the hit because I feel for y'all. So I will move the show. I don't know why I started out at 6 p.m. in the first place. I'm sure I had a good reason. But now my work schedule permits me to be able to start earlier. So season 2 we'll jump in at 3 for me and 6 for y'all.
Or it could even be 7 o'clock. Because 6 is usually dinner time. 7 o'clock.
Yeah, let's do 7, Brenda.
So move it up to, what is it? 3. So 4
It's 4
o'clock.
for you.
Okay, so 4 o'clock my time.
All right.
Good job, JoJo.
Well, I like, I like the 3 hours a piece, because like I did 3 shows in one day a couple of times. So I did one at 10 a.m., one at 3 p.m., and one at 6 p.m.
Wow.
And more than likely, I used to do 2 on the weekend, which was 2 on Sunday and 2 on Wednesday. So
I remember that shit, and they got tiresome.
I'm kind of used to going around in the circle. Don't tell me what tiresome is when you wake your ass up and be on the Morning Mac show every morning. Okay, so I don't want to hear that.
I remember when you was doing 2 shows a day. It was one at 2 o'clock and one at 6 o'clock.
What
the fuck?
3? It was 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and it was totally different. I had some repeat customers, but
What was it, Farmers Matter or some shit?
Daddy's Matter 2 was at 3 o'clock, and then at 6 o'clock it was Sauce in the City. So like I said, I feel for y'all, even though I still got to get up at 7:30 in the morning. I feel for y'all, so I'm gonna roll it back. And y'all said 4 o'clock, so I'll do 4, and that's not even gonna look right on my flyers. That's gonna feel uncomfortable, but all right. Yeah, I like 6 o'clock. I don't know why. I don't know why I like 6 and 3. I just do, but I'm gonna go outside my comfort zone and do a 4, so that I don't interrupt nobody's dinner time. See how giving I am? Because y'all did such a good job last night. I had to reward you some kind of way.
Look, Brenda, you wouldn't expect me to get all them movies, did you?
I didn't, especially not the like Cabaret and
Time
what was that
show? She tried to throw stuff in there. And immediately, boom, seen a shadow, Footloose, Flashdance.
Yeah.
But did y'all notice too? Once I took away the aspect of money, your minds opened up. Your minds was like, oh, we're not gonna get penalized, and y'all was doing it. Y'all did it in like 4 minutes. Y'all usually be down to the last. Oh no, actually,
it was only one. That was Stormy.
Yeah, y'all was down.
Go back and watch Stormy Weather.
All I knew is we had to get out there, out the graveyard, or we gonna be in trouble.
Yep.
We need our fear back. I looked around and saw.
It was you, Nemo. It was all men. It was all guys, except for Vanessa Ray.
Hey, Phil, I was on the same. I was on the same page. I was on her 60 minutes. Sell that skew. She could have been farting the whole time and everything, and I would have still said, "We're putting our fear back in because her ass."
But I want to give a shout out to David Green. I do, because like Phil, you and Phil were the captains and the co-captains of last night's show. Phil was like, "Say that answer. This, that. Do that." Phil was the beast. Phil, Phil had a not a loud mouth, but he He was loud with it. It was forceful. And everybody was like, it's this and that. I was like, no, I think it's this. They were like, first it's C. Everybody said, it's C, locked in, C. Locked in. But I love it when we came to the elimination time and David stood up. David was like, no. David was, because Vanessa Ray was like, both Phils go back in. And I was like, Phil, not Spectrum, Spectre. Strickland, Phil Strickland was like, I don't want to go back. I just got in. I don't want to go back into the round. And Phil Page was like, I'm going. Shit, where am I going in? Phil said, put me in, because he wanted to play the game. He wanted to do the thing. And then
Phil wanted to win money for charity, and you know,
Vanessa did not want to go in at all. It's like she was scared. And she was waiting down the clock, and Brenda had to come in and say the majority rules. Vanessa said, she was like, no. She said, no, She said, we had it right the first time. She said, 4 cameras turned off. I said, no. I said, I agree with David. And me and David was like,
Well, to look at it, I could have called it when you were the only one with your camera on, but I wasn't. Hold on. Let me finish. Because when you were objecting, you were the only one who was objecting. It was Phil and Phil. Everybody else had agreed on Phil and Phil.
David,
and then
no. My first thing was I said Phil. No, I'm serious. I said Phil and Vanessa, and then I said because Vanessa, I said you haven't contributed the whole
yeah,
show.
that was after you turned your camera off. Everybody, you guys all reacted on the first thing, and maybe you didn't hear what the answer was, which I have a habit of doing. But everybody said Phil and Phil at first, and then y'all was like, okay, I think it was as long as my name ain't said, locked in. Go back and look at the tape. Go back and look. You said what you said, but your camera was off when you said it. So that negates what you're saying because your camera is off. And when your camera is off, that means you agree with the rest of the people whose cameras is off. And at that point, only Althea's camera was on. And she was like, I don't agree. That's when she said, I don't agree. And then everybody turned their camera, start messing with their cameras. And then y'all came to an argument. But when it was first said, everybody but Althea turned their cameras off. The only reason y'all thought again in y'all mind was because Althea said, no, I don't agree. And she said it quiet as a mouse, but her screen was the only one that wasn't off. Catch the recap or the rerun, because I'll be playing it today right after the show. Or you could catch the recap on Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Central. You guys can catch it, because I was wondering, the only reason that I didn't call it is because I wasn't paying attention. So it took me a couple of seconds to figure out what y'all was talking about. So when I really come back to the screen and I say, okay, somebody tell me the answer and tell me how y'all came about it, it's usually because I'm not sitting here. I done got up and I had to go to the bathroom. I got to go, blow my nose, got to go smoke, got to go do something while y'all talking, right? So when I get back to the screen, I have no idea what happened. But when I got back to the screen, only Althea's camera was on. And that's when she said, I don't agree.
Well, you'll see that I said Vanessa and Phil. Then Phil said, I agree with you. And we kept saying Althea. So when I did turn my camera on, I thought majority rule, like you said, you wasn't there. So when you seen our camera off, and we kept saying Althea, you got to turn your camera off. You got to turn your camera off. You got to turn your camera off.
But I disagree, because I didn't think it was right. And Phil Spector said that he said Vanessa and Phil, and David said Vanessa and Phil. So why y'all turn y'all cameras off? Why did you turn it off for Phil and Phil?
No, I didn't turn it off for Phil. I said, well, Phil said, I'll go in. So that was right. So that was already Phil.
And then Vanessa said Phil and Phil.
Then
And
Vanessa said Phil and Phil. I don't Phil and
and then
Phil
you
or
said
whatever.
no.
I said no. I said Phil and Vanessa
Correct. And when you said
because
that,
I said you
I
haven't did anything. You haven't did any. I feel you haven't contributed to the whole show. And she said, I disagree with that. That this.
and she was
Then
like, hurry up, go Phil and Phil.
then
Hurry up, go Phil and Phil.
Phil said, I agree with you. I agree with you, funny man. So that was two people.
And I said
With
I
one.
agree with David,
Then the
but y'all
other
should never
then
turn
the other
camera
Phil,
off.
said, I agree. So I said locked in. And so I figured majority, you know, majority ruled or whatever like that. No, you kept on. It was a couple of times that you kept on forgetting to hit the witch card.
She wasn't forgetting. She didn't agree.
What,
She wasn't. She didn't agree.
No,
Why-
because y'all was locking in
why-
on Phil
then
and
why-
Phil.
No, we locked in.
No, you
Locked in
didn't.
when
Go back and watch the show. And that's
Okay.
when Vanessa Ray turned the camera on. Like, no, majority
No.
rule, Phil and Phil. And I was like,
I
no,
didn't-
baby.
I fought against it because I wanted
That's
to.
afterwards, David. She at the very
I
beginning.
don't know.
when you
Y'all go back and
you'll
look.
see-
I don't know. Y'all
you'll
go back
see-
and look at it. Y'all go back and look at
Exactly.
the.
Right. Yeah. That's
Like you
that's
said.
why I love the show, because A, it sparks conversations. B, it's videoed, so you can go back and watch the video.
We
C,
can't watch
because-
it because remember you didn't you had it where it couldn't be streamed.
No. I had it where you guys couldn't stream it.
Oh.
I'm getting ready to play it after
it's
we.
on it's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's still on there. It says testing or something like that because I screwed it all up
Yeah,
because of Facebook.
Yeah, when I turned my camera on, I figured because everybody was like, I agree with you that we was locking in.
No, David,
on-
go back and listen to it again. See, you was about to vote for the wrong thing because everybody was voting Phil and Nemo. Because Nemo said, "Oh, y'all want to switch it to Vanessa?" That's when he turned his camera back on. He said, "Oh, we want to switch it to Vanessa and Phil." You will see, funny man, David Green. I thought you said, "Let's do this." And then everybody said Phil. Well, Vanessa Raven said Phil and Phil, and you said, "Okay, Phil and Phil." Like, everybody was like locked in, and I said no because
Everybody was.
I was going to fall on the night
everybody-
too because I didn't think it was fair for Phil to go in, just like I was going to fall on the night for Kelly that night because I didn't think it was fair. And I was like, no, that's not fair. That's not. So when you'll see,
Yeah.
you'll see in a second. Brandon, make sure you'll see in a second.
Hindsight is 2020. I know what a lot of people, even myself, I'd be like, nuh-uh, I didn't say that, because the show is a little, actually we ended pretty good last night. We ended just over 2 hours, but you miss some things or you miss how it happened because it happened so fast. So that's why going back and looking at the video before you stand on your point, that's why I done shut up already, because I'm pretty sure that the only reason that it was like I said, my point to stand on was I could have called it when Althea was like, no, y'all are wrong, and her screen was the only one on. She changed the tide of the answer because all of y'all had something else. And Althea was like, in her wisdom, in her Althea moment, she turned her face and she was like, nope. And she didn't turn off her camera. And then everybody started turning on their cameras. And then y'all got to talking about another answer after Althea was like, Phil Strickland said he don't want to go in. And that's when the two Phils were busted up.
True.
And that's not true.
I didn't vote for Phil and Phil. I voted for Phil and Vanessa.
He did.
That's the reason why. Listen. That is the reason why at the end Vanessa said, "I like to give a shout out that this is this," and then at the end she said, "Even you, funny man Green, even though you turned the junk against me."
Yeah, you did say that. That's why
you did everything that you're saying, but at the very beginning, when they said Phil and Phil, everybody
locked in.
Y'all said locked in, and everybody except for Althea.
You're right. He did say everybody did say locked in, and then he was like, "Wait a minute, no." He did say that. He said no. Wait. He said no.
Hold on. He said that, but his camera was off. You
Oh,
No,
turned
my
his
camera was no, my camera was on.
I don't remember that part. I know
The
everybody.
only
All
time
I
I
know,
turned
full
the
camera
only
was on,
time
but
I
was
turned the
asleep
camera
by my
on is
own.
because when I kept on saying Phil and Vanessa, and then Phil said, yeah, I agree, and then the other Phil said, and so we went on and we went on and locked in. Althea's camera was still on, and Phil said, "You gotta lock in. You gotta lock in."
I said
And
I
she must have
disagree because everybody
right.
said
You
Phil
said
and Phil.
I disagree. I disagree. But
I said I
but
think
we
it should
already.
be Phil and Vanessa.
Yeah, right. But that's what we already was locking
No,
in
you didn't.
on.
No, you go watch it again because Vanessa kept saying, "Hurry up, turn it off." No, we already agree. Why you think she was saying that, David? Why you think she was saying we
Because-
already said that?
Because she didn't want to go, but I didn't realize the camera was off.
Exactly. Go back. Let's
I didn't
watch it.
realize the
Let's
camera
watch
was
it
off,
right
but I did
now. Brenda, you got it up. Let's the people on the Morning Mac show watch it.
Let me find it. Y'all keep talking. I'll find it.
Because we'll watch it right now, so everybody on the Morning Mac show can see how it played on, and then you can say, "Oh, because it was going so fast, the clock was ticking," and everybody said, "Okay, Phil, locked in," and then even Nemo, your own cousin, said, "Are we changing the answer? It's not going to be Phil and Vanessa." He said, "Okay." Then that's when the majority of the votes was for Vanessa and Phil, and
Okay.
Vanessa wouldn't turn her camera off.
Okay,
She said, "'Cause we switched it."
so why did he say? So are we changing the answer?
From Phil and Phil,
Because-
he said, "Are we?" Because it was Phil and Phil. He said, "So are we going Phil and Vanessa?" That's when he changed the answer to Phil and Vanessa because he had said Phil and Phil.
Oh, that's
Right. Because we all three of us already said all three of us were saying
Y'all locked
Phil
in
and
on
Vanessa.
Phil. Just watch, David. Just say, okay.
Wait
Pick
a
this in
minute.
your mind.
Like, hold on. Wait. Does anybody remember where it was? What part?
It was.
Do y'all
after,
remember?
It was after 1 hour and 6 minutes. It was after that.
Okay.
Y'all got
And oh wait, shit. Hold on, I got shit going crazy on my dashboard over here. Stop that. Okay, so you said after 1 hour and 6 minutes.
Yep. Let me.
It was like the third round, I think.
Okay.
No, before we started the third round.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was wrong with y'all. I would have gave it to Mary. She showed us her finger and everything. I'm just saying.
that is
That
true.
wasn't even that round, Brenda.
I know. I'm just saying. Y'all should have given that one to Mary because she showed you the finger.
That was funny.
I thought it was. I thought she was doing this. I didn't know she was really missing a finger until people was commenting and they was like, you know what I mean, saying that she really was missing a finger. I said, oh, she really is missing a finger.
Was she really missing a finger?
Yes, she had that cloak and dagger.
Oh, I thought she did the thing like this.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I
She
thought.
was really missing a finger.
That's what it. Yeah, she showed she did like this.
Yeah, that was that cloak and dagger.
The reason why I didn't vote for her was the same reason I think it was last show that I didn't vote for Sherez or whatever because she used the same material that the one guy used the one that went first, the new guy
Eric.
Yeah, he was saying something about ball
What y'all
warmers.
doing that selling screw? What's that selling?
No, so he said dick warmers or something like that or something, and then she went.
Yeah, it was sell that. It was just sell that screw.
Yeah, sell the skew. Yeah, sell that skew. And he was saying something about dick warmers or
penis warmers. Yeah.
What was the name? It was called Flick. What was it? It was Flick Muffins, and he said something about Flick dickies or flick your dick or something like that or something. And she went around and said the same thing. I said, oh, because I was gonna go with her at first, but I said once she said that, I said, you know, you took the same thing that he said,
You
so I might as well
copy
just
it.
go with him.
All right, Althea, it's queued up. I think this is the part where it is.
The vote. Marlene,
Yeah.
can you? I'm gonna hit it.
All right, here we go. Only going to take off the money that you use to make the decision. So the money clock is on. Let the conversations begin. Let's get our bottom two.
All right, so Phil, you're my boy, but you know, you did get 2 wrong.
Hey, I'm good, baby. I can handle myself. Go for it.
And
It feels.
and Vanessa, you haven't really contributed.
Yes, I have contributed. Y'all just haven't listened to me because I was agreeing with you. So I think we should go with the newbie and do Phil and Phil.
Oh, no,
you want a Phil and Phil battle?
Yeah, I'd like to see a Phil and
You
Phil
want to see
battle.
a Phil and Phil battle? Okay.
I said it was
I think it'd be
BNC,
interesting.
and I got up here already. I was already in the boneyard. And I volunteered last time.
Let's do it.
Okay, Phil and Phil.
Dang it.
What's up? What's
Locked in.
else say?
Lock in.
Okay.
You hear that? Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree too. I think it's. Well, I guess I'm the only one.
No, Nemo, you
What
gotta
you got to
say.
say? What you got to say?
What you say?
I'll vote with you.
Nemo, what do you got to say?
I said Phil
I already
and
said.
Vanessa.
I said Phil
I'll vote for Vanessa.
made mistakes in the beginning, Phil Page. And then I said I'd like to see a Phil versus Phil.
Yep.
Y'all gonna have us fight.
So yeah.
Then we did log. I agree with Dave. Well, okay.
There's 4.
I say
There's
Phil.
4 right there.
What's 4?
There's already 4 that turned their camera off.
It's
Yeah.
I said Phil Vanessa. Phil said Phil Vanessa. Now it's up to Thea. Does she want Phil Vanessa or Phil and Phil? Phil and Phil.
I agree with you, David Green. That's what you
All right,
said.
locked in.
So you
But Phil said,
Bam! Bam!
Phil want another person. Phil don't want to go
so
in, right?
y'all want Vanessa
I'll go.
versus Phil?
I'll
I
go.
answered that one correct, and I jumped back up there. So
So y'all want Vanessa
He already
versus
turned
Phil?
his camera off also.
We
Yeah,
didn't
we
we
did.
all didn't do it, so it don't matter.
Yeah, the clock is
But
still
there was
running.
already 4.
Yeah.
There was 4 that was locked in, and that's what needs to be locked in is the 4.
See,
Because let me unlock mine.
I want to see.
I'm still going for the. I'm still going for the
Phil
Phil and Phil. I'm still going.
I
for the
agree
Phil
with you,
and Phil.
David Green.
You know,
Vanessa and Phil.
So, Nemo,
You said Vanessa and Phil?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm still going with Phil and Phil.
All right, lock it in.
All right, locked in.
See, David, you turned your camera off first. You
I'm
see
still
that?
going with Phil and Phil.
Yeah, but that's because I said Phil and Vanessa.
No, you
And
said
everybody else was saying.
Well,
Everybody else
you
was
guys
saying
have
Phil.
already drained off $3 on the clock, and shall the time go by continuously? It does have to be a majority vote, and it seems like Vanessa Ray, thank you for standing your ground, but it seems like the rest of the cast has decided. So who is
I
going
tried.
in with Vanessa Ray? You did. Okay, there we go.
You see, you turned it off at first. You said, "Oh, okay." You could see.
No.
Everybody
Hey,
saw it. Let's get
hey,
somebody
Lee.
else.
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah, he
Hey,
might,
Lee,
yeah, but he locked.
I said-
Hold on, David. In your defense, when he logged in, he was locked in on you agreeing with him about the peach. That's when he
Right.
said that, and he said,
Right.
and he said to Nemo, he said, "So yeah, we're gonna switch. It's gonna be the peach." And then he said, "Lock it in." And
Right.
that was he did not. No.
I'm talking about when he first turned his camera off.
That was the only
turned
time I
the
turned the
camera-
camera off.
That was the
only
first
time.
time.
That was the only time I turned the camera off.
they're right out there. He at the beginning, he was thinking he turned his camera off, but he thought he was turning his camera off to Phil Page and Vanessa Ray because that's what you said. And
Right.
he said,
No, that's what I said.
At first. Yeah, listen to me, David. You said it at first, but you did not stick on your point. If you
I stuck on my point. You seen the video.
Let's go back.
The only time, no, listen,
go back, because you said,
no,
okay,
listen.
hold
on.
I never said Phil and Phil.
Yes, you did. You said, I guess I'm the only one. And you did not.
I was the only one that was saying Phil and Vanessa, but I didn't turn the camera off. You seen it. I didn't turn the camera off until I said that when Althea said, I agree with you, funny man. So I said, okay, all right. So Phil and Vanessa
turned it back on because we have 4 cameras off.
I said
that's what Vanessa said. 4 cameras was on.
And Phil said, I agree. So that was Phil. That was me.
Let's go back and look at it.
I'm telling you what I saw too.
Roll it back. Let's. You got the one eye lead. Let's roll it back. One more.
I was there. I was there. You ain't got but one eye there too.
But I'm listening.
Now y'all cut it out.
They watching.
I'm trying to tell you. Him and you was
listen. Now look at it. Let me make
listen to.
Last time. Here we go. You got it up out there? You got to put it on the screen. Let's see. Okay, here we go.
Too wrong.
Yep.
Hey, I'm good, baby. I can handle myself. Go for it.
And
It feels.
But Vanessa, you haven't really contributed.
Yes, I have contributed. Y'all just haven't listened to it. Because I was agreeing with you. So I think we should go with the newbie and do Phil and Phil.
Oh, no, she want a Phil and Phil battle.
Yeah, I'd like to see a Phil and Phil battle.
See a Phil and Phil battle. Okay.
I said it was
I think it'd be
BNC,
interesting.
and I got up here already. I was already in the boneyard. And I volunteered last time.
Let's do it.
Okay, Phil and Phil.
What's everybody say?
Lock in.
Okay.
Now look who cut their cameras off. Who cut their cameras off?
Whose camera is still
I
on?
disagree too.
I think it's. Well, I guess I'm the only one.
No, Nemo, you gotta say.
What you got to say?
My camera's still on.
Nemo, what do you got to say?
I said Phil and Vanessa.
I said Phil made mistakes in the beginning, Phil Page. And then I said I'd like to see a Phil versus Phil.
Yep.
So yeah.
Then we did log. I agree with Dave. Well, okay. Now,
I say Phil.
Who cut their camera off? There was 4 cameras.
What's 4?
There's already 4 that turned their camera off.
I said Phil, Vanessa. Phil said Phil, Vanessa. Now it's up to Thea. Does she want Phil, Vanessa, or Phil and Phil? Phil and Phil.
I agree with you, David Green. Did you turn your camera on? Where you at, David? I can see what David can. Phil said he don't mind. Phil want another person. Phil don't want to go in, right?
That's when I told you. I agree with you, David Green.
Correct. And I jumped back up there. So
he already turned his camera off also.
We all didn't do it, so it don't matter.
Yeah, the clock is still running.
She said he already turned his camera off.
And that's
who was
what
the
needs
4
to be
that turned the camera off?
Because let me unlock mine.
I want to see.
I'm still going for the. I'm still going for the Phil and Phil. I'm still going.
I agree with you, David Green.
Yeah.
Vanessa and Phil.
So, Nemo.
You said Vanessa and Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm still going with Phil and Phil.
All right, lock it in.
All right, locked in.
No, I'm still going with Phil and Phil. Standing my ground, by God.
Well, you guys have already drained off $3 on the clock. And shall the time go by continuously? All right.
All right, so we saw that recap, but I'm giving David Green a shout out because he was standing up during the game and throwing people out. This wasn't the first time David stood up during the game, and I was like, okay, David, he was taking control, and I like to see that part of David. So,
but you are right, David. Like, that's what he waiting for. You're right. You did not turn on your camera until you thought that everybody was agreeing with you, even though they weren't, but you heard it, your way, and you turned off your camera, but you turned it back on as soon as you figured out that they wasn't on your side. You was like, oh, wait, y'all saying something different. So you turn back on your camera. And that is the way the game is supposed to be played. If you do not agree, don't turn off your camera and then shout that you don't agree. That negate your camera being off negates you saying you don't agree. So I heard a lot of that while the cameras was off. But everybody was kind of just rolling along with it. Right, I guess it's a habit maybe, but David, you indeed stood up and was like, nope, and you said it from the beginning. You wanted Phil Page because he already threw his hat in the ring, and Vanessa Ray.
Right.
So I got you back, bro. I ain't got but one eye.
Hey, what they say? The cameras never lie.
That's why I
said only in porn.
Oh, and AI, because I seen a whole bunch of crazy ass stuff on AI
all the time, and I wouldn't budge on it. I'm like, because I wasn't gonna turn it off.
All I do is it was a good game, and I like when y'all get into heated debates about stuff because that's what makes the show what it is. It would be boring without the flair of you guys trying to get it together as a team and trying to work it out as a team. And I think that's what makes my show different than any other show out there, is because instead of competing against each other, y'all got to work with each other. And that's through the fights, through the disagreements, through the agreements, through the love, through the hate. Y'all still got to work it out in order to make money.
We do.
And I don't mind the battle.
So after the show today, I'm gonna replay it because obviously I did not see most of it, right? Because I'm always running back and forth. I have a nuisance of a roommate who always turns the air off. So whenever I get a chance, I got to run back there and turn it on before he bakes me 3 ways till Sunday. So I got to watch the show back because I missed, a few pieces of it. And I got to give out some money. Well, actually, we are going to take the money and we're going to do good things. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the money and we're going to do good things for all the charities that were listed. If I have access to them, I will, send the money out and do good things for all of y'all. Because I was like, they not winning. They not winning at all. Like, they done came here to slack. I don't know what they doing, but they are not winning.
And David took the lead on that typhoon and the funnel thing. He took the. We knew it wasn't the hurricane. David said, "Oh no, we know it's not the hurricane."
We knew it wasn't a tornado.
And big shout outs to Vanessa Ray and Hilton Peach, because no matter what's going on or how the cast thinks of her as a whole, she loves each and every one of you because every week that she can, she sponsors the entire cast. Nope, don't jump in front of the bullet if it ain't for you. Only jump there if it's for you. Only jump there if it's for you.
No,
Okay. Again,
but she
like I
targeted
said,
me. She targeted me. So
that's the game. You can't take
no,
it personal.
no. I'm talking about in her shout out or whatever. No, she said even though
Yes, it's the
targeted
game,
me.
David. Get your feelings off your sleeve. Y'all targeted her many a times. You guys all target each other, and you guys say slick shit about each other all the time. So stop it.
No, Brenda, you're not understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I was doing was I was defending why I voted her. I didn't vote her because I didn't like her or anything like that.
Again, only jump in front of the bullet if it's meant for you. There's more than just you on the show, David Green. There's a lot of other people that come in and out the show, and I get a lot of varying opinions. And I said, I don't care what y'all say. She loves every one of y'all because she sponsors y'all every week when she can. If she can't, that means she didn't go out and she didn't do what she had to do. But every week, whether she is on the show or not, she puts a full sponsorship in for every one of y'all. Everyone. So the game is the game, and you don't have to defend why you put her up there. In this game, everything counts. Everything is relative. The only person that counts by points is Althea, and that's just because that's how she is, right? So whatever your reasons are for putting people up or taking them down or pulling them in or pulling them out, that's what the freedom of the show is about. It's your reason, whatever you want to do, however you want to make it to the top 3. Some people take a road of least resistance, which is hide in the corner and hope nobody call their name. Some people get out there and create a lot of mess so that everybody else can, battle amongst themselves and they can stay safe. Some people take the road head on and just be like, I don't care if I get out because I'm gonna get back in. So who cares? Some people get to the top 3 by answering all the right questions. Some people get there by being loud and wrong, but still being the leader and saying something. So there's a lot of different ways to get there. And you guys' friendly camaraderie should never be taken personally. It doesn't matter if, and she was just good-natured ribbing you at the end when she says, even though David, left on his screen, because if she wasn't just good-natured ribbing when she sent in her sponsorship, she'd say, everybody but David. That would show me that she had hard feelings, but she never does, ever. And I remember a couple of episodes, her and Althea going back and forth because she said Althea's name the first time, and Althea was like a dog with a bone, wouldn't let it go. But again, like I said, if she took it personally or if her feelings were hurt or if anything like that, when she sent her money to me, she'd say, everybody but Althea and Funny Man Green. But she never does that. So she doesn't take it personal, and I don't want y'all to take it personal from her either, because she loves every one of you. She considers y'all her babies because her baby went to heaven. Rest in peace. But she considers everybody who comes on Sauce in the City as her babies, and she likes to support all of y'all and what y'all do. She won't talk to you. She's very skittish about talking, but she definitely puts her power behind, what she does. Or how she thinks, I should say. So when y'all pick on her, or when y'all say, Vanessa, I like Althea when you said, I just want to see you. That's a good enough reason. Funny Man Green, when you said, just because I didn't hear you much, going back and forth, that's a good reason too. Hell, if you just wanted to say, I don't like the style of your glasses, they don't fit the rest of us, that's a good reason too. Whatever your reason is your reason on our show.
And I want to throw this out there. I don't care if you buy the whole show. If the points is the points is the points is the points. I'm going to treat you the same whether you sponsor the show or you didn't sponsor the show. I'm going to treat you the same. So just, I love everybody sponsor, but you ain't going to get no favorable treatment from me.
And that is the same way I think, no matter who, because all of you guys put your money in, whether you sponsor the whole show or whether you send $5 or whether you use your free BOGO ticket or whether you don't do it at all. You still are treated the same because there are no special treatments except for the one hidden immunity idol that nobody ever seems to use.
Who had it this show? Who had it? What, did you have one?
I did.
Who had it?
Guess. I'm not just, you know, this
Damien,
is all a game.
who had it? Damien?
Okay, that's your guess. Anybody else?
Say shit. You didn't give the instructions and looking for it. I ain't look.
That's because you're supposed to. That's because the person who has it is always called or contacted to know how to use it. So when it's your turn to have it, you'll get the full, call, and I'll tell you how to use it. I give you some coaching and everything to go along with it. But the person who had it this time was Eric Knowles.
He was out at the beginning. He could have been back in the game.
I know.
I tell you.
So you
And
called him and told him?
I did everything before. Actually, I didn't call Eric and tell him. I gave it to him when he showed up at sound check early. He was the only one out of all of y'all that showed up at the 10 a.m. sound check besides Phil Strickland.
That would have been 1 a.m. our time.
And but I sat on there a long time, and eventually he came along, and he scared me when he popped in. I was like, "What are you doing here?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm just testing the link." And I said, "Well, since you're here and you were cautious enough to come in and test the link, you get the idol." And he didn't even use it.
Eric, you could have been back in the game, my boy. I guess he said, "I ain't getting back in the game. I'm leaving," and he left.
Right. So which means y'all didn't get the $5. That's why I said I had to go back and see how many stayed. I think both him and Mary left before the second segment was out.
Yep, but nobody left. But
the squad. Right. And then Lee left soon after that. And so basically, I mean, y'all still have some money because some of y'all still stayed. So I just got to go back and count it up or whatever. But it doesn't matter. I'm just going to do everything.
And Mary left.
Yeah, I'm going to just take everything and do something good for everybody. So something meaningful and good. Like Phil Strickland, I'll buy 2 tickets to his next show. Like you, I'll spring for half of a sponsorship for your platform because that shit is expensive. We'll put some money on it, maybe put some money on Molly, maybe buy a book or something, book or 2 or 3 so we can give them out, because I really want people to read the book, but like you said, you have to pay for those. So
yeah, the book is separate from the show. The book Shades of Blue is separate from the Morning Max show. We're trying
so we have to do something for the Morning Max show because it was the one that was sponsored. So put some money on Molly, maybe throw a platform, half the platform, shit like that. But just do something good for all of y'all because I can't see taking the money that was raised because I feel like I was going to hell immediately. Do not pass go. So once a month, everybody tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. Sauced in the City Super Comedy Game Show will be producing a charity episode for good people, good causes, charities, anybody doing something good out there with your brand, your name, anything. You guys can be a part of the show. Get yourselves on the sponsor wheel because not only will we give away money for the charities, or donate, I should say, not give away. We will donate stuff, to the charities, good causes, and good people, but their names will also go on the charity wheel that we will use on the recap episode. And you guys can earn money and prizes for your worthy causes, charities, and good people all month long.
Okay, and with that being said, we're gonna close out the show. Molly Mall, where you at? While Molly Mall is coming, Molly, while he's coming, this August the 29th at the Galactic Panther, Lee is presenting a drag show extravaganza. Woo!
I'm so jealous I can't be there.
It's going to be fun. Hosted by moi. And then the Saturday, just a couple of days after that, Saturday, August the 30th. Am I right? August the 30th? 31st.
I thought it was the 31st.
31st, August the 31st. Phil Page presents The Barbershop. We're going to be doing it at the Barbershop, y'all, from 12 to 1:30. Come and get the funny. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, and I'm one of the comedians. He's got an all-girl review. Woohoo! And if y'all haven't got your tickets, time is running out, and so is space. To the Gwen Factor presents Poolside Extravaganza. This is the last pool party of the year. And it's an all-girl crew. Major Keys, Mimi Manning, Angela Robinson, Althea McFarlane, and Baltimore's very own D-Lo. It's going to be awesome. Hosted by the Gwen Factor. That's going to be tons of fun. Not because you got two big bitches on the show, but it's tons of fun because it's going to be a lot of okay, tons of fun. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, y'all come in on that. And then October the 12th. I know that's a month away after September, the pool party, but B-Man presents. Now that's going to be an awesome show because they got 3 of the DMV's greatest on there, Baltimore to Virginia, the greatest. It's going to have your very own Phil Page, and he's all around funny. Then you're going to have your local Baltimore JoJo Baby, who's all around funny. Then you're going to have Miss Dreadhead, who's all around funny. You got Poppy the Bear. You got Kobe Jack, and you got DJ Drizzy, and last, I think that's the guy named Drizzle, something like that. And then you got me. I'm gonna stick around, poke my head in, do a little something. Y'all come on out. Y'all gonna like it. Like it. I don't know where Molly is, but this is the 4-year anniversary show for the Morning Mac show.
All right. Congratulations.
Thank you. And we out. Peace, y'all.
All right.
Music. Oh, there you go.
What do you do?
That's Molly.
Question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.